USC, high school, Buckeyes, Browns, kids in the retention pond. It must be Football Friday.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Football is good. The Fan. Rise and grind, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to get bumpy. Time to attack and dominate. This is Morning Juice with Brandon Beam and Bobby Carpenter.
And here we go on a Football Friday. Attacking and dominating our way to 9 a.m. every single weekday morning right here on The Fan. Brandon Beam, the General Bobby Carpenter, and of course our fearless leader and producer Mark the Shark. Bob, we've made it here. We are past Halloween. We are to a Football Friday. You got the Buckeyes, Nittany Lions tomorrow at noon over in State College. What's going on, buddy? Good to talk to you.
There's one thing I hate in life, Beam. It's more portals.
Not a big portal guy?
Not a big portal guy. I hate that more than guys dropping the ball running into the end zone.
Yeah, probably not Jeff Ulbrich, though. He probably hates that.
No, I bet he hates portals as much as I do.
You think?
Yeah. He would probably rather have his guy drop a touchdown than set up another portal.
Yeah.
No one likes portals. Do you really need another password and user login?
I think
I already have a spreadsheet of about 70 of them.
I think we need more passwords and logins.
I don't think that's true.
I think we need more. I think everything should be determined by a password and login.
I'm trying to do it. There's nothing more depressing than getting an email saying you need to do that. And I might be a conscientious objector. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. I was not consulted upon this. When I see an email with an exclamation mark that says high importance, that makes me want to look at it even less. I'm real.
I know you are.
If you put high importance on it,
because
that means
before we
me,
came on the air this morning, our program director, we're like changing the way that we do commercials here at the radio station, and forever it's just been like.
We just had a meeting yesterday. Didn't you think that was pertinent to bring up then?
Well, we did it in our like full staff meeting when I think you were on PTO last.
Yeah,
week.
there's a reason why I take PTO on the full staff meeting days.
It covered all that. So, anyways, we got to sign up for another portal to do that. And instead of just having emails or conversations with our salespeople, we now got to go through another portal. And you were fired up before you came on the air, and you're still fired up about it. How was your trick or treat, man?
Trick or treat was good. The weather. I mean, I honestly thought that I was going to get. It was going to be like basically the Route I-4 corridor of Florida the last month was the weather that was predicted. What we had was some wind gusts and a little mist.
Yeah.
Shark, were you okay up in Dublin, or did you drown or get blown away in a windstorm?
I'm in Powell, and I didn't go outside, so I don't know what the weather was
like. But your house didn't get blown over?
It's still standing.
Okay, good. That's good.
We had a small flower get knocked over.
That's key. We are skeleton. We have like a 12-foot skeleton that got knocked over twice. But that'll happen. My wife put the guide wires on the second time, so I'm guessing that probably played into it, because I don't think they were ratcheted down. But we had a ton of trick-or-treaters. Things were good. A lot of fun, a lot of excitement, a lot of drama. Ran out of candy.
Oh, boy.
Well, I mean, last year we didn't have many. 2 years ago we had over 500 people come through, and this year we were on top of that. We bought more candy than we thought we needed, and I bet we went through over 600 boxes of candy.
It was pretty light for us last night. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because every neighborhood was having it on the same night. Or what was going on? I mean, we had a good amount of trick or treaters, but I just remember last year being like crazy for the first like hour, and this year it was just kind of like a steady flow. So we had a great night. Willie was running around as a gnome. Everything was
awesome, by the way.
Yeah. Mayor made that outfit herself, so that was pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah, and she borrowed the gnome hat from like the high school theater, like the drama class.
Really?
Yeah. So he was wearing that. I thought
that was the dunce cap she made people wear in the corner.
She makes me wear that usually every night. Every night I'm wearing that. The dunce cap just changed into a
You can talk to AJ about that. There's a lot
don't you worry. We're going to talk to AJ coming up here at 8:33 this morning, and I'm super excited to talk to him today. They put together a compilation of a best of AJ. I watched that yesterday on Instagram. Those guys dressed up for Halloween. It took him like an hour and a half to do his makeup.
Oh, yeah.
It was great. We got an awesome show lined up for you here on a Football Friday. We'll talk Buckeyes and Penn State coming up here in our next segment. 6:33. Wrong team favored. Lee Sterling, ParamountSports.com. He's going to join the program. Will guide us through, from a wagering perspective, your Big Ten footballing weekend. 7:20 this morning. Jackets insider Jeff Svoboda. They're taking on Winnipeg tonight over at Nationwide Arena. He joins us at 7:20. Austin Ward at 7:33. And AJ Hawk coming up here at 8:33. Before we hop into anything else today, it is Friday. It's the first day of November 2024. Time for Today in History.
Time to get smart. smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
All right, Bob, who you got lined up for us on a Friday, buddy?
Well, it is Friday, November 1st, the 306th day of the year.
Oh.
60 days remaining. That's the big 6-0.
2 months to go.
Absolutely. In this 2024, this date, 1512, the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, which was painted by Michelangelo, is finally revealed to the public for the first time.
He wasn't alive to see that, right? He had passed away.
Is that real?
I
don't know if I didn't look that up or not. That was 1512, so tell me when he died, and I'll tell you if that's right. This date, 1520.
1564. He was alive. I made that up.
You definitely made that up. He lived many years after that.
Yeah, I did. Many years, like 50 years more.
Yeah, that's...
somebody built something, wasn't alive to see it.
They said painting the ceiling isn't a young man's game.
No, it's
There isn't an old man's game beam, so he was definitely a young man when he did that. This date, 1520, the Strait of Magellan is first discovered by Ferdinand Magellan. This date, 1800, John Adams becomes the first president to live in the executive mansion. Shark, they changed the name of that later, too.
I believe it's the White House, Bob.
That's key. They also built a second one in Dallas, Texas, not far from the Cowboys facility. Michael Irvin used to go there. He lived in it, too. He was one of the few non-presidents to live in the White House. This date, 1938, the match of the century. You found this, or is this from the movie?
Oh, I found this.
Well, it was the match of the century, and radio was a thing, so I'm sure they had it recorded somewhere. Seabiscuit defeating War Admiral.
Just below us, we've noted in the 10-box square that opens onto the track, the winner's circle, tall, sparkling silver trophy for the winner this afternoon.
And they're off, and this is a go. And Georgie Wolf is at the whip on Seabiscuit to keep him up, and they're coming to me head and head. War Admiral on the inside. Wolf is driving Seabiscuit, and Seabiscuit is outrunning him. This is a real horse race, just what we hoped we'd get. They've got 200 yards to come. It's horse against horse. Seabiscuit is the winner by 4 lengths.
Ooh, pulling away at the end.
Yeah. You know what was interesting?
It was a horse that was too small, but the jockey was too big.
I was watching that. They didn't have a starting gate.
Yeah, they did an open start for it.
They were just trotting along side by side. And
did you not watch the movie?
I did watch the movie.
They talked about all that, yeah. Because there were times like people didn't want gate. I mean, it was crazy. It was only 2 horses on the track, too. Horse against horse.
That's a great horse race.
I mean, it sounded exactly like I imagined it would.
It was good.
Good job finding that, Shark. Way to get out of your silo. This date, 1966, Sandy Koufax becomes the first player to win 3 Cy Young Awards. This date, 1982, Honda becomes the first Asian car maker to produce cars domestically in the U.S. You know where they began that, Shark?
Marysville, Ohio.
That's true, right there, sir.
Right up the road.
42 years ago today. This date, 1994, Michael Jordan's number 23 is retired by the Chicago Bulls. And then on the same day, just in time for Christmas, this is when they started jamming it down our throats before Thanksgiving, Mariah Carey's Merry Christmas. Here we go.
I hope that's the last time I hear that this holiday season.
I doubt that will be the case.
No.
This day, and then this day, 2017, the Astros win their first World Series title, or stole their first World Series title over the Dodgers, 5-1 in Game 7.
Here's a ground ball right side, could do it. The Houston Astros are world champions for the first time in franchise history. A 3-hour, 37-minute gem for Houston. World champions 2017. And this well-run organization gets to celebrate here at Dodger Stadium.
This well-cheating organization gets to celebrate at Dodger Stadium.
Some birthdays. Winner of 9 majors, turning 89 years old. Shark, I told you I wanted to hear some of him talk about the fat little Americans. And you didn't find me any Gary Player.
What about cutting down trees on golf courses?
Anything. Why did we not get any Gary Player? Do you not like him?
I had 5 cuts for you already, Bob.
He was a priority, though.
Sorry.
Shark, he should be your goal. I mean, he's 89 years old. He might live to 100.
He's looking awesome.
He's tremendous.
Yeah.
I mean, the other guy, the next guy up here, he died in 2021, also an idol of yours, Larry Flint, the founder of Hustler. Tremendous. I know you're a big fan. Goodness. Theodore Paul Hendricks, the Mad Shark, played 15 seasons in the NFL, mostly for the Raiders. You remember him, Shark?
Ted, the Stork?
They called him the Mad Stork.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ted Hendricks, NFL Hall of Famer, turning 77 today. Lyle Lovett, turning 67. And Anthony Kiedis, the singer for the Red Hot Chili Peppers, turning 62. 62.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, Bob.
It's okay. Summer Sweet.
We've heard some great Red Hot Chili Peppers over the last few weeks.
I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Who was it? Flea's birthday? Someone else's birthday. Their guitarist. Someone else had a birthday.
Chad Smith. It was Chad Smith.
Yeah.
You know, it's Meredith's favorite band.
It is. It's a fun fact about her.
That's good. It might be my favorite band, too.
You guys should go to a concert together.
I saw them because I was worried they were going to die. Tom Petty died before I got a chance to see him.
That was the first concert Meredith ever went to, and the Foo Fighters were like opening for them.
That's amazing.
That's a pretty good little 1-2 punch.
Some of my buddies in high school went to go see them on like a Thursday night or Friday night. They had ACTs the next day. And one of their teachers was like, well, you got to figure out some priorities. Like, yeah, we should just skip the ACT.
That's a good priority to have.
One of those guys is no longer with us. One's barely hanging on, and two are doing all right in life. Okay. So, I mean, I don't know what that says about the situation, but all good. Buckeyes. Sophie B. Hawkins turning 60, As I Lay Me, one of my favorite jammers. Jenny McCarthy turning 52 years young today. Coco Crisp. Thought Shark would get some home run action from the Tribe's legend, turning 45. And some passings today. Man of War, another legendary horse.
Big Horse Day.
Big Horse Day, passed away on this date in 1947. And Sweetness, Walter Payton, passed away on this date, Shark, 25 years ago.
Walter needs 2 to tie, 3 to break Jim Brown's all-time, lifetime National Football League rushing record in total yardage. Bears will put it in play, leading 13-7. Second half just getting underway. High formation, wing to the right is McKinnon. Galt wide to the left. They send McKinnon in motion through to the left side. Quick pitch to Walter, looking for the record. Cuts back. He's got it. He's out of it at 25 to the 26-yard line. Walter Payton becomes the National Football League all-time leading rusher, surpassing Jim Brown on his second carry here in the second half. And that's the equivalent to Hank Aaron breaking Babe Ruth's all-time home run record. And listen to the standing ovation.
That was pretty big. Pretty big. What year was that?
That was in 84, so 40 years ago. And since then, Jim Brown is probably,
Fifth?
I don't know, is he
11th?
8th? 10th?
He's
He's 11th?
Yeah.
Gosh,
Dorsett, Dickerson, Buss, LaDainian Tomlinson, Curtis Martin, Adrian Peterson, Sanders, Frank Gore is 3rd all-time. Sweetness is 2, and then, of course, Emmett's 1st.
There we go. Good job on that, Beam. It is All Saints Day. It's Calzone Day, Extra Mile Day, Fountain Pen Day, National Cinnamon Day, Deep Fried Clams Day. How about that, Beam? National Caregiver Day. Give it up to Jan. Taking care of you, Shark. In jail. World Vegan Day and Zero Tasking Day. National Vinegar Day, too, Shark. We'll throw that in for you.
I don't like vinegar, Bob.
I like it. I'll take yours.
Absolutely.
Only on French fries.
Perfect. And those are historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances. For this date, November 11th, the 306th day of the year, and 60 days remaining in this 2024.
Good job of that, Bob, as always. How will the Buckeyes try to eliminate the crowd noise in Happy Valley? We get into that next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, no major crashes to tell you about, but watching things pick up on I-71 near Polaris and on 33 out in Plain City. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
We've seen it before. Politicians and lobbyists playing games, drawing voting maps to keep power in their hands, not ours. Courts have ruled Ohio's voting districts unconstitutional 7 times, while our communities have been left out again and again. But this November, you have a chance to change that with Issue 1. Issue 1 will make it illegal for politicians to manipulate voting districts for themselves or their own party. Instead, it creates an open, transparent process where a diverse group of citizens, not politicians, will draw the lines. No more backroom deals, no more gerrymandering, just fairer maps that represent our communities. Issue 1 gives you and me the power to ensure everyone's vote counts. This is about real change, a chance to end the games and make our voices heard. So vote yes on Issue 1, fair representation, and power to the people. Paid for by citizens, not politicians.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, where every nail-biting overtime win, breakaway, pick six, three-point shot, underdog win, buzzer beater, shootout, walk-off, and absolutely every play in between is amazing. From football to basketball and hockey to baseball, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio.
The time to save big is now. It's Ford Truck Month at your local Ford dealer, and the time to buy is now. Make way for great offers across an amazing lineup of Ford trucks, featuring the built Ford Tough F-150 and Super Duty. Check out the versatile Ford Maverick and the capable Ford Ranger. But you can't wait. These limited Truck Month deals won't last. Check it all out at buyfordnow.com. Then get over to your local Ford dealer today. Hurry in, as these deals won't last long.
Hi, here are some ways to listen to The Fan. You can download the Fan app, or listen at home on your smart speaker, or open up the iHeartRadio app, or hold your head out the window and hear Common Man scream. Happy listening from the Dopes at The Fan.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change will help ease your oil change-anxiety. Picture expert technicians who are quick, but not rushed. When you hear the bell, breathe in and out. Now, let go of your oil change-anxiety. Visit Valvoline Instant Oil Change today and find automotive peace. No appointment needed.
Football is built on tradition, and so is the Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. With a lifetime powertrain warranty on every vehicle purchase, you know you're getting a relationship that's built to last. Need service? Our Carvenience service takes care of everything, from picking up your vehicle to dropping it off when it's done, leaving you with a rental car in between. And with 4 dealerships and a collision center, Hinderer Motor Company is your one-stop shop for all things automotive. Visit HindererMotorCompany.com. We love what moves you.
Democrats will do anything to win. Changing the rules, mail-in ballots, cheating, and even opening our borders, all to win at any cost. Now they have a new scheme, Issue 1. Issue 1 would create a redistricting commission aimed at overturning key protections against gerrymandering in Ohio. Protections approved by over 70% of Ohio voters to prevent this exact kind of political manipulation of voting districts. And the members of this mysterious commission are backed by foreign special interest groups. They're unelected, unaccountable, and completely beyond voter control. If they abuse their power, there's no way to vote them out or hold them responsible. Their only purpose is to take control of Ohio's politics and turn the state from red to blue. This isn't democracy, it's deception. Don't let the Dems continue to rewrite the rules to rig the system in their favor. Protect Ohio's voice. Vote no on Issue 1. Paid for by Ohio Works.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
The weekend is almost here, and today will be a beauty of a day. 60 for the high temperature, looking at plenty of sunshine. 62 on your Saturday with plenty of sunshine. Showers return on Sunday with a high at 66. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hash browns and smackdowns. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Football Friday edition of the program. Brandon Bean, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Bob, why don't you fire a number at us right out of the gates here on a Friday?
Oh boy, let's go with number 7.
Caller number 7 right now. 614.
Actually, you know what? Let's go with caller number 8 for Aaron Rodgers.
Caller number 8.
Cayenne water.
That was great. We'll have to ask AJ about that, or JJ Watt. 614-821-9710. That's the phone number. Caller number 8. You get in. You talk to Shark. You're going to be getting a pair of tickets to go see Theo Von. Stand-up comedian Theo Von stopping by the Shot Thursday, November 14th, just a couple of weeks away from right now. Tickets are on sale through Ticketmaster.com, as Shark likes to say. Buckeyes, Nittany Lions, tomorrow, high noon, Happy Valley. I was doing some research on Happy Valley, by the way, because I know it's State College, but it's in Happy Valley. Happy Valley is the region. State College is the city.
I was going to say Happy Valley is like not a real place.
Yeah,
like,
it's
as
a region.
far as a location on a map.
No, correct.
It's an area. It's like Southern Ohio. I mean, it's kind of the equivalent to like Hocking Hills.
Correct. That would be like the region.
Where are we going? To Hocking Hills. Like, well, where's that on a map? I don't know.
Yeah.
You circle a place. It's not a dot. It's more of a circle.
We're going to Warsaw. Warsaw's not a place. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Found that out this summer.
Canada, or in Poland and in United States, and in Ohio.
In Eastern Ohio. That's correct. How you feeling as the week is going on? You're feeling good yesterday. Did we have a U-turn, or are we still feeling all right?
I'm feeling better. I didn't get a chance to catch any practice yesterday, but just talking to some of the guys, and I feel better about this because of the gravity of the game. And a lot of people are like, wow, Ryan hasn't played coach well in big games. I'm like, well, they've always played well against Penn State.
Mm-hmm. And James Franklin hasn't coached well in big games either.
He's 1-9 against the Buckeyes. Now, that doesn't have any bearing on this. They're good up front. I think you'll be able to tell in the first two series either way how the game's going to go.
Okay.
And if Ohio State is able to, I don't want to use the term dominate the line of scrimmage, but handle the line of scrimmage and not let Penn State, because Penn State's good up front on defense.
Yeah. Really good. Really good.
Very good. They've got some good defensive linemen. So as long as they're not getting like overrun and they've fixed-ish, like, and have a plan for the offensive line, like they're able to throw the ball with time, able to run the ball somewhat effectively. And then this game, rushing the ball effectively may be 80 to 90 to 100 yards. Like, I don't think you have to go out and rush for 150, but you can't rush for 80 on 30 carries.
No.
You can rush for 80 on like 18.
Can't do 64, what we saw last week against Nebraska either.
That cannot happen.
No.
And so you've got to be able to run the ball effectively when you need to do it. And you don't need to go out there and run it every time. But are you creating enough separate? Are you able to do it sometimes, whether it's reverses, getting Mech in the backfield, a lot of different things. Maybe that's some quarterback runs with Will Howard, some different stuff, maybe running some Q power with him. I don't know. Like, there's going to be a lot of different options that you can do, a lot of different mechanisms to get that done. So however that has to look, as long as you're able to do that successfully, and then on defense, if you're able to slow down that running game with Allen and Singleton, like, that's mainly it. Like, they throw some balls, outside, but it's the running game and Ty Warren.
Yeah.
Like, and those are kind of your things. And so I've felt better about that as the week's gone on. And maybe it's because I was fighting off trolls all the time. It would have been nice to have Billy in my corner, a nice little gnome to go out there and help me win the battle.
Who wins in a fight, gnome or a troll?
I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever watched. By the way, are they related? Are they cousins? They're like, what's it like?
Yeah, they've got to have some relation, don't they?
I mean, they're squatty, stocky.
Yeah.
Like, they kind of
wears
look
a hat.
the same.
I don't know if the trolls wear a hat.
I mean, they could. I don't know if it's.
They have
exclusive.
beards. The trolls don't have beards, do they? Gnomes do.
I don't know. That's a great question. Maybe.
Yeah.
There's a lot of trolls out there.
I think Willie would be in your corner.
I think so.
Batting away the trolls as a gnome.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe they're sworn enemies, like the elves and the dwarves. I don't know.
That could be part of it. But they're, I just have felt better, except Breer texted me that, and he's like, I've been feeling better as the week's gone on. He's like, why? And I'm like, all right.
Just straight up, give me an answer.
Yeah.
Why do you feel good about this?
I feel like there's a confidence and a focus as well that is starting to emerge a little bit too. So we'll see. But, like, you're going to find out with that offensive line, I think, pretty quickly. I think Aller's going to play. Now, how effective is he? How much can he move? Like, those are all questions as well.
I got to be honest with you. Like, I mean, I know that he's going to give it a go, right? Like, he's going to practice. He's been practicing this week. Drew Aller is. Like, that whole running quarterback situation with Prebula, like, that frightens me. I mean, changing up the pace. I mean, we've seen that burn Ohio State through the years.
I watched it burn LSU, and A&M got their quarterback ran off the field, and then all of a sudden the backup comes in. It's 3 touchdowns later, and all of a sudden you'll lose the game.
Like, you don't even know where you're at right now. So, Penn State does have the ability on the defensive line to overwhelm you and very much take over a football game with their assertiveness. For you to help out this offensive line, are you shading a tight end? You talked about maybe motions in the backfield, giving it to a Mecca. Some of these, even like a Brandon Innes would be a guy who you look at, like a Weapon X kind of a guy in this game.
Project X.
That too. It's a great movie. I look at something, you can't, at least from the Nebraska game and where we were at last week, like you just can't run left side, like off tackle. It's just not, you
have to be more creative in your run game.
Yeah.
And I'm curious now with a week for this, to see what Chip Kelly can cook up. Like, this is real. Like, this is an opportunity for him to show some things. They've run a lot of zone. Do you run some more gap schemes? Like block down, kick out, pulling guys, some power stuff, some counter stuff. He ran a lot of that at UCLA. Now, I don't know if that's a function of guys being better at doing more zone blocking here, but they've got to have some variation and variability in the run game.
Here was Chip Kelly a little bit earlier in the week saying that the offensive line situation, it is what it is at this point.
Yeah, they're where we need them to be right now because that's who we have. This isn't the National Football League where if you do lose somebody, you can go out to the waiver wire and go find another player at that position. You got to be able to handle it at your position. We've lost a really good one in Josh, and then everybody else is fighting and scrapping to stay in there. A bunch of guys, when you've played this many games during the season, are banged up and bruised up a little bit, but so aren't they. And that's the same thing that Penn State's probably dealing with, the same thing that we're dealing with. So it's part of the game, and we don't look at it as, boy, you got to feel sorry for us because we lost some players. That's the reality of what college football is, and it's a team that can survive and advance despite losing a player or two that are going to be successful.
Here was Ryan Day also on his coach's show yesterday talking about how the offensive line will be ready.
Dep's going to get challenged this week for sure. Got some veteran guys up there like Donnie and Seth and Josh Fryer. So these guys have experience, and so that's good. But they're going to be challenged in this environment as well. But they'll be ready. They'll be ready to go.
Yeah, and you looked at your leaders at that time, right? You looked at Josh Fryer, you looked at Donovan Jackson, you looked at Seth McLaughlin, even though he just came over in the transfer portal. Like, these are established guys who have played in this game before. And so the right guard and left guard position, like, you just got to anchor down, batten down the hatches with those guys.
Well, and that's, you lean into your veterans, you lean into your leaders when you go on the road. And their job is to help get the young guys ready and to make sure that they're focused in a hostile environment.
Drew from London, he knew he needed to be caller number 8. He's going to be going to see Theo Vaughn November 14th over at the
another foreigner beam
from London. Yeah. London.
This is London. Shark, is that London, Ohio or London, England?
London, Ohio, okay. I'm guessing. Could be London, England, though. Lee Sterling at ParamountSports.com. He's going to join us. We'll break down your Big Ten footballing weekend from a wagering perspective with him coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Friday. Right now, no crashes on the map, but watching things pick up on I-71 near downtown and on 33 on the southeast side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Dormar, your kind of hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived. The only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com, and use promo code JUSTSPORTS to get a welcome bonus up to $100. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 or older and present in Ohio. If you or anyone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Football fans, are you ready to score big this NFL season?
Hey, it's T-Bone to tell you that Bud Light and 97.1 The Fan have teamed up for the ultimate football face-off. Join us each week for football face-off events and your chance to win a trip to Vegas where you'll compete for the grand prize.
A trip for 2 to New Orleans or the Super Bowl.
Take your shot at football glory.
This week, join the Bud Light team at Ethley and Tank on Saturday from 1:30 to 3:30. Then join me on Sunday at Yogi's Bar and Grill in Dublin. I'll be there from 2 to 4 watching the Browns and Chargers, giving you a shot at going to the Super Bowl.
Nothing makes being outdoors better than having the right gear and the right crew. So here's an idea. Let Mountain Dew supply the gear and you bring the friends. Because when you buy specially marked multi-packs of Mountain Dew, you can collect points and earn epic limited edition outdoor gear. We're talking everything from custom Mountain Dew camp chairs and backpack coolers to exclusive Mountain Dew tents, fishing boats, and more. So buy Dew. Collect points, get gear, and get outside with Mountain Dew Outdoor Gear.
Open to legal U.S. residents 18 plus. Subject to program terms at dewoutdoors.com and 12/31/24. Void or prohibited.
Tailgating this weekend? Schmitz Catering has you covered. Schmitz will cater your neighborhood party or company tailgate and handle all the heavy lifting. They can even grill for you at your location. Schmitz is the perfect way to celebrate this football season with their delicious Bahama Mamas, sausages, cream puffs, and more. Let Schmitz bring their hoss to yours. Check out their full catering menu at schmidthoss.com. Why tailgate when you can Schmidtgate?
The Buckeye Show.
What will Will do if
you want 30 touchdowns?
I'm looking for 30 touchdowns. I'm needing to see single-digit interceptions.
The Buckeye Show.
Presented by Coors Light and sponsored by Care Source.
Weeknights at 6 on The Fan.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu.
Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Reichert Chevy's dealing in Dublin.
$2,500 low price guarantee.
With our lowest prices and 72-hour exchange policy, you can't buy the wrong car. Shop hundreds of vehicles at ReichertChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive. We're dealing.
Open a Platinum Rewards Visa at Kemba Financial Credit Union and secure super low everyday rates so you can pay down debt faster. Apply now at Kemba.org to unlock 2% cash back on purchases for a limited time and pay 0% interest for a full year on balance transfers plus exclusive perks. Restrictions apply. Offer ends October 31st, 2024.
Are you ready to unleash the beast? Monster Energy is here to give you the edge this college tailgate season. Loaded with bold flavors, our powerful blend gives you the energy you need to push you beyond your limits. Tune in all season long with Monster, the energy drink of ESPN Radio College Football Tour. Power your performance with a drink that's as hungry for victory as you are. Crack open an ice-cold Monster and dominate your competition. Monster Energy. Unleash the beast. Grab yours today.
Great game. You got into the end zone again and again. How'd it feel?
Awesome. Like getting a new iPhone again and again. I just got the new iPhone 16 Pro today.
Really?
Yeah. And with AT&T Next Up Anytime, I can upgrade early every year.
Very nice.
Feel like an MVP again. Learn how to get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us and the latest iPhone every year with AT&T Next Up Anytime. AT&T. Connecting changes everything. Offer subject to change. Additional fees, terms, and restrictions apply. $0 offer may not be available on future iPhones. Next Up Anytime feature may be discontinued at any time. See att.com/iPhone for details.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
Beamer has a very punchable face, so Bobby punches it. This is Morning Juice.
Heading out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. As we do every football Friday, at this here time, we get to check in with our guy, ParamountSports.com. He is Lee Sterling. Lee, happy Football Friday. Always appreciate it. Locktober is over. What do we have lock, stock, and barrel for November?
November, of course. Just rolls right off the tongue, and hopefully just keep winning. We've won 7 of 9 weeks. Actually, had a down week last week. 5 and 7, our worst week of the year. So, of course, I think I got 2 people complain. I'm like, really? After winning 4 straight weeks, we lose the 5th week? But we came back strong, had the Jets as a big play last night. So starting off the week strong.
Absolutely, buddy. I mean, last week on your picks for our show, you went 4-1. So the people here in Columbus are thanking you. Let's get started. Let's stick it to the Big Ten here this week, just like we did last week. You have This game coming up here, 6.5-point favorite Nebraska against UCLA. Interestingly, because a couple of weeks for Nebraska, it's kind of been all over the place. It's just been all over the place for Nebraska. They get smoked by Indiana, and then, of course, last week they turn around and give Ohio State a heart attack in the Horseshoe. How do you see this one unfolding 3:30 tomorrow in Lincoln?
Well, UCLA has gradually improved as the season has gone on against the schedule with 3 ranked opponents and run-heavy Indiana, Minnesota, Penn State, Rutgers. The Bruins have managed to put together the number 12th rated run defense. So I think the game plan here, even though this is not a good roster, I think you pass the ball for Nebraska to set up the run, and I just don't know why they don't change tempo some a little bit. I don't know. I know Rayo's really good. I think he's a very talented quarterback, but he could be one of 2 guys if he's not happy with the offense that maybe wants to hit the portal. And Miami would love to maybe have him. So take him off their hands, and I'm sure you don't want to see that kid too much longer. If they do as the way I think they'll go, sometimes these offensive coordinators, they're hard-headed, but if they're smart, like I said, they pass, and they'll have success against this UCLA pass defense. I like Nebraska 31-20.
All right, staying out in the former Big Ten West, the Heartland Trophy up for battle. Iowa, Wisconsin. Iowa -3 against the Badgers.
Yeah, Brendan Sullivan, new quarterback for Iowa, and I must have gotten texts and calls from a lot of my clients who are in that area, people who listen, are like, Brendan Sullivan, we found a quarterback. No, he was a Northwestern reject, one of many. So he just happened to have, be there at the right time, able to run the ball and show something different that teams hadn't seen. He was playing against his former team. Wisconsin, for some reason, they were just flat last week in their game against Penn State, but I do think they are improved throwing the football, and I think they're going to stack the box and give Caleb Johnson some problems here. Wrong team favorite here. Wisconsin, Buckeye, 24-21 over Iowa.
He is Lee Sterling of ParamountSports.com with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Lee, it's not very often that you see a home team, especially one that has 100,000+ people capacity, the home underdog by 14.5 to 15. That's exactly the scenario we are facing tomorrow at 3:30 as the number 1 team in the country. The Oregon Ducks travel to the Big House to take on the Michigan Wolverines.
So I don't think, and I'm usually right, not always, you're going to see a new team to come into a conference and just run the table. I think this game poses maybe their biggest, toughest game, and I just think that Michigan is going to muck up the game, run the football, maybe show a few wrinkles, maybe a trick play or 2. Don't have 3 quarterback problem anymore. It's down to 2. And I thought last week they used both quarterbacks to the best of their abilities. And I think special teams also might favor them here also. So Oregon is more talented in the skill positions here. But, you go on the road in front of 100,000 people, not like playing at home. This is going to be a tough game for them. I think Oregon wins the game 27-17, but I'm going to take Michigan here plus the points.
Hoosiers, Spartans. Hoosiers -3. Does the Hoosier train keep on rolling, Lee?
They might win this game, but now it's going to start getting tougher. Target's on their back, and Michigan State is improving. They actually outgained Michigan on the road, but lost by 7. Just takes experience, learning, playing with each other, getting in those situations here. I don't think Indiana, without Curtis Rourke, is going to be a 40 to 50-point scorer anymore. I really don't. They got helped last week. That pick 6 was the difference, I thought, in the game, and Washington could just never catch up. So when you get that 14-point swing, that's a lot in the game, and you lose 85% of the time. Indiana was able to take advantage of it. They're 8-0, 7-0 against the spread.
Whoa.
Them and Army, the only teams undefeated against the spread. They're going to survive 27-24, but Michigan State plus the 7.5 right side.
All right, Lee, big one for us here in Columbus tomorrow, big one in State College, high noon, big noon kickoff. It's number 3 against number 4. You know what it is. Ohio State favored in this game by 3 points on the road against Penn State. How do you see this one shaking out between the Buckeyes and the Nittany Lions?
I was surprised at how flat Ohio State was. And, I mean, Nebraska's all over the place, but you had a bye week to prepare for that game. So they allowed Nebraska to sustain drives all day. And as we saw, even had a chance to win that game. Ohio State, down some offensive linemen, and that's going to be tough against the Penn State defensive line and front seven, might be top 5 in the country. Judkins and Henderson were held to a combined 54 rushing yards on 20 carries here. Even if Juillar is not able to play the whole game, Bro Prabilla presents some real problems here, being able to run the football. So I just think that Penn State, with their new offensive coordinator, if you watch that USC game, they had some trick plays, some different sets here. They were very aggressive compared to past years. And I've been going against James Franklin for years in big games and making a lot of money here. I think Ohio State must give Will Howard time, and he's got to be able to hit his receivers down the field. I'm talking 3 or 4 big plays to win this game. I think it's going to be tough. I think the wrong team's favorite here. Penn State 27-23, straight up.
And finally, the free play. We got Minnesota taking on Illinois.
Yep, good game here. 2 teams looking for a big win. If they get a big win, could help their bowl status here. So you want to get this game, huge rivalry game. First 5 callers to call 800-400-9741. We'll get Minnesota and Illinois on me. 800-400-9741. And what a run it's been. We won 7 of 9 weeks this year. Not November. We call it Dovember. Normally it's $597 for 5 weeks. Take $200 off, just $397. One place, ParamountSports.com.
Lee, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us. You feel all right about your Canes tomorrow against Duke?
I do. It's the Manny Diaz Bowl against Mario Cristobal. Neither one has mentioned the other one, but behind closed doors, Mario complained, at least at the first of his tenure, how little talent he was left. So I actually would probably take the points here in the Fighting Manny Diaz's. I think their defense is good, and the blueprint was kind of laid out last week with Florida State. Make Miami go 10 to 12 plays down the field.
Lee, appreciate the time. Have a great weekend. Always appreciate it. Enjoy the first weekend of November, and we'll check in again next Friday, all right?
Sounds good. Take care, guys.
There he goes, Lee Sterling, ParamountSports.com, with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline.
I want to talk to you about taking care of yourself and the ones you love. As we age, our bodies naturally lose testosterone. It can affect you in a multitude of ways, whether it's sleep, mood swings, muscle loss, weight gain, folks. It's all there. Like, you want to be able to get on and do the things you'll do. Go out and go trick-or-treating after a long day of work, get a workout in, have the energy to be able to do that, and the jazz to go out and get it. These symptoms of low testosterone will affect those around you because you're a different person. Go see my folks at Affinity Whole Health. They're the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. Affinity can help you optimize your testosterone levels to alleviate these symptoms. They can also help you lose weight with semaglutide injections. So whatever season of life you're in, dudes, dudettes, anybody, go check them out at Feel Great Columbus. That's Feel Great Columbus. Get started with your consultation. They'll prescribe a program to you, and they ship it right to your door. It's feelgreatcolumbus.com.
One Power 4 conference wants you to know that there's no cheating going on in their conference. That and Quick Hitters next. Morning Juice right here in the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. No crashes to tell you about right now. 33 on the southeast side starting to pick up in those westbound lanes and picking up on I-70 as you come in from the west side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuckerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Green & Sons. Family owned and operated for over 45 years. Green & Sons will help you find your next Kubota tractor. Located in Mount Sterling and north of Marysville. And online at greensons.com.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change will help ease your oil change-anxiety. Picture an oil change that's quick, not rushed. When you hear the bell, feel yourself becoming light as a feather. Now, let go of your oil change-anxiety. Visit Valvoline Instant Oil Change today. No automotive worry, no appointment needed.
Hello, I am a serious announcer hired to deliver a serious announcement. Get an Apex Pros winter tune-up for your furnace right now for only $29. Notice we are simply giving you the facts. Just $29 to make sure your furnace is ready for the upcoming Ohio winter. We know how you enjoy our usual fun and funny commercials. Hello? Beg pardon? Well, I see no reason to bring my mother into this. Good day to you, sir. Where was I? Oh, yes. A $29 tune-up will make sure your furnace runs safely and warmly all winter. That's serious. I'm serious. That's why we're not doing the usual that you've come to expect from Apex Pros. None of this or this nonsense. $29 for a furnace tune-up from Apex Pros. The pros who knows? Knows? Is that really how you say it? The pros who...
Apex Pros, the official plumber of the Columbus Blue Jackets. ApexPros.com.
Hi, I'm Joanna Williams, General Manager at Tansky Sawmill Toyota. Is it time for a new or used car? Visit Tansky Sawmill Toyota on the corner of Sawmill and 161, home of the Tansky Promise, where our salespeople aren't paid on commission. We have a 72-hour exchange policy, and every transaction is upfront and transparent. You can even start the process at home. Visit TanskySawmillToyota.com to start your purchase today and to see all of this month's specials. And when you think Toyota, think Tansky.
The Buckeyes head to Happy Valley for a Big Ten battle with Penn State.
Live fan coverage starts Saturday morning at 6:30 with the Kick at Noon.
Every game, every season, your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hey, it's Common Man and T-Bone. We've got an appearance coming up at our favorite place to do all our banging, Hollywood Casino Columbus.
We're going to be live Friday, November 1st at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook inside the casino for the top 5 matchup in Happy Valley.
Plus, you can win tickets to the big college football game in Columbus featuring our friends from the Hoosier State on November 23rd. We're giving those away this Friday.
The key is Friday. Come or you're dead to us. Must be 21 years or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
November is Veterans Month, and Awaken 180 is honoring all active duty veterans and spouses with 15% off your entire program. Plus, the same free support for life all clients receive. Celebrate Veterans Month with 15% off at awaken180weightloss.com.
If it's hot, it's here. The best new stuff is at GNC. GNC brings you some of the best new products first from brands like Optimum Nutrition, Ghost, Bloom, and more. GNC has the newest breakthroughs in muscle building, weight loss, and wellness, and the best energy drink flavors. If you heard about it at the gym, you can bet that conversation started at GNC. Ask a coach about the newest drops at your GNC store or shop our full collection online at gnc.com today. If it's hot, it's here. GNC.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Temperatures are in the 40s. I think we do make it to 60 today, but we have a lot of sunshine out there. A beautiful day to check out that fall foliage as we are near peak. Sunny tomorrow with a high at 62. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 weather impact forecasts on 97.1 The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Federal Elite Heating and Cooling and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
If Bobby and Beamer aren't talking about it, it's not worth your time anyway. You're listening to Morning Juice.
We here on The Juice brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can always visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sharky.
Oh, Beeb, it's our favorite day of the week. It's Friday.
Football Friday.
Football Friday. And, you know, thanks to the Wolverines, cheating in college football is a big topic. Coaches are paranoid. Players have their heads on a swivel. Even athletic directors are being proactive. Texas Tech AD Kirby Hocutt created a stir when he found out that coach-to-player communications via the helmet comm have been on unencrypted frequencies. Anyone with a scanner and knowledge of how to locate frequencies, including you, Beamsy, could have listened to play calls. Well, the Big 12 conducted a review of conference games and reported back that no Big 12 games were compromised.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? I mean, the whole Connor Stalions rule in college football and going to helmet comms and making it more like the NFL. And we've seen it in the first year of this. Now, I think the more fascinating part, Bob, like, I don't know if a team had access to helmet comms, like how quickly on the fly they'd be able to adjust to like the play call coming in and then relay that information.
Even knowing what it is.
Yeah. Even being able to just decipher the lingo, right? Like even being able to decipher.
Yeah, you would be able to do it probably by the second half, but it would take a minute. Probably second quarter, but it'd take a minute to get that done.
Yeah, to get the verbiage of everything that's going on. Now, Shark, could I interest you in sitting in one of those stadiums, having the frequency, and then if you were able to decipher it, maybe hopping on a legal wagering app and saying, hey,
Yes.
What's the next play call? Run or pass? That's what I think. It's just kind of an interesting situation that if you knew the plays before time, like if you were just sitting in the fans as a stand, knew how to work one of those. But yeah, unencrypted, encrypted, helmet comms. We're just very paranoid right now in college football.
I saw that. I didn't even know, was the NFL's encrypted, because I doubt it was when they first started it. And there's always issues with this stuff, but I didn't realize how easy it was to pick this up and be able to listen in. And I guess it makes sense. I mean, you get those radio frequencies, the communications, it's probably not all that hard. I watched the guys do it in Masters of the Air, build this stuff in a German prison, so they were able to hear radio signals from anywhere. So I guess it can be done. I'm glad that it wasn't utilized, and I'm glad they solved it. So that's the key, is like that people don't have to worry about this going forward.
The most surprising team in college football this season, hands down, has to be the Indiana Hoosiers. 8-0, ranked 13th. They've won those 8 games by an average score of 47 to 14.
Never trailed in any quarter, Shark.
And IU is getting help tomorrow against Michigan State because quarterback Curtis Rourke is returning from that thumb injury he suffered 2 weeks ago against Nebraska. Sat out last week's win over Washington, but he is back. Rourke, of course, is a former OU Bobcat. Bobby, he's thrown 15 touchdown passes with just 3 interceptions for the Hoosiers.
He's been very good, and we'll see if that little hand injury, I don't know if it's a laceration on the thumb or whatever, they're kind of close, tight-lipped about what exactly had happened there. And so we'll see how all that breaks out and how he throws the football. The weather's been nice, and so hopefully he gets another nice day for that. It's a lot more difficult to throw a ball in the cold and wind and rain than it is on a nice, dry, 55, 60-degree day in early November in the Midwest.
I was looking at the weather this morning just for State College, just to see what was going on.
You're kind of our new string bean, aren't you?
Yeah.
Looking at that
Either
weather.
that or one of the former weather guys.
Looks like a string bean.
We used to have.
String bean.
I like that.
What about our weather guy we used to have on at 8 o'clock every Friday? I'm trying to trend more towards him than string bean. But it looks like another great weather weekend across the Big Ten. Like, I think over in State College, it's going to be like a high of 55. It's going to be cloudy, low of 32, I think. It's going to be awesome weather-wise all weekend, so I don't think you're going to have to worry about that. But this is huge news for the Hoosiers, right? They got past the test last week in Washington without Curtis Rourke, and now they're getting their guy back on the road against Sparty. That's a tough place to go and play, Michigan Stadium, and they usually get keyed up for big games, and it's usually not Indiana that brings the crowds. But I'd have to think at this point in time, too, Bob, like you're going to see Indiana fans all over the place. So I'll be excited to watch this game. That's a 3:30 banger tomorrow. What's more surprising to you, the fact that Indiana is 8-0, undefeated, winning the way that they are, or the fact that Florida State is 1-7?
Yeah.
What's more surprising to you on the spectrum of college football?
Indiana being 8-0.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't see a Florida State, they were built heavily on transfers. I wasn't a big fan of DJ, so you could have seen that potentially. No, I didn't think it would get that bad, but like them not being great. I never envisioned a world where game day would be in Bloomington.
No.
Bob Costas.
Good thing Bruce isn't alive to see that. Earl Bruce, that is.
Gotcha.
Bob Costas. About Robert the Bruce?
I didn't. I thought you were talking about like Bruce Hooley or something. I didn't know which Bruce
Pretty
you were
sure
talking
he's still
about.
alive.
He is.
Unless you've wished him to death, Shark.
Bob Costas is now 72 years old. Still looks like he's about 42, but he has called NFL games, NBA games, hosted the Olympics. Most well known for calling baseball games for the past 42 years on NBC, TBS, and MLB Network. But Costas has called his last game announcing that he is retiring. Beamer, he's already in the broadcasting wing of the Baseball Hall of Fame, but quite frankly, hasn't been a Hall of Fame broadcaster for a while now.
Yeah, it was
tough. Like Willie Mays at the end of his career.
Yeah. It was tough to listen to him in the playoffs this year, and even going back to last year, and then the year before that. Like it's been tough for Bob Costas. It's been tough to listen to.
Thing. Is he lost his ability to do it? Or is he just angry at everybody
he's
now?
just surly and angry at everything.
It's like Al Michaels. Like, is Al Michaels lost his fastball, or does he just not want to throw it anymore?
Yeah, Al's just like, you know what? I've seen a lot of good things in my life, and this Jets-Texans game is crap.
They gave him two pretty good teams, and he ended up getting a good game. But yeah, I mean, these guys they get like old and angry about like, get off my lawn.
Like Shark is.
Yeah, like things used to be better. Yeah.
I'm not angry. I'm just bitter.
Pour one out for Bob Costas.
I brought you some Reese cups today, Shark.
Can't wait to get that in the freezer as soon as I get home.
Hey, we as a society need to have a serious talk.
Stole those from my daughter this morning.
About not dropping the ball before we get into the end zone. That's next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and happy Friday. No crashes to tell you about right now. 315 flowing just fine right near campus, and 33 down on the southeast side starting to pick up as well. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan traffic.
Dormar, your kind of hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com. Warehouse workers in Columbus. Uline is expanding in the Columbus area, and they're looking for exceptional people to get the building up and running. The company's growth creates new opportunities and job stability employees can count on. Warehouse workers earn pay starting from $25 an hour, plus substantial bonuses and great benefits. Sign up for Uline's Talent Network for email updates about warehouse opportunities. Learn more at uline.jobs/Ohio. That's uline.jobs/Ohio.
A vote for Sherrod Brown is a vote against Donald Trump. Sherrod Brown has spent 31 years in Washington, D.C., backing radical liberal policies.
Late-term partial birth abortion, where the baby is partially delivered alive. Trans biological men in girls' sports and bathrooms. Puberty blockers and even sex change surgery for children. Amnesty for 11 million illegal immigrants.
Brown's liberal policies are the opposite of the Trump agenda, and Brown would oppose Trump at every turn. To undo the damage of the last 4 years, President Trump and Ohio need Republican Bernie Moreno in the Senate. 6 more years of Sherrod Brown? He's for they, them, not you. Sherrod Brown has let us down. He's way too liberal for Ohio.
Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
Hey, it's Anthony. If you want to make the best deal in town on a new Honda, make sure you visit my friends at your main Honda of Dublin. They're on Sawmill Road, just south of 270. And Rich tells me you're going to get 1.90% APR up to 60 months on most new 24s and 25 Hondas. They'll give you the details. Of course, you'll get same-day service, no appointment needed. And how about an extra $1,000 for your trade if you have a 2014 or newer vehicle? All with the great people at your main Honda of Dublin.
The Christmas cash giveaways now at UDF. With UDrive Plus, 1 in 7 can play to win prizes instantly, including $1,000 weekly by buying specially marked items at UDF. No purchase necessary. Visit udrivecontest.com for official rules.
Looking for a trusted heating and cooling company? James Laurinaitis here for Custom Air. When I come home from a football game, I know that I'm walking into comfort. That's because Custom Air is on my team. When Custom Air does my semi-annual maintenance checkup, I trust them to spot any issues early on, so it'll save me money down the road. Don't let your HVAC call for a timeout this season. Tackle fall and winter like a pro. Go to customairco.com and schedule your maintenance today. Custom solutions, custom comfort, Custom Air.
85% of people will experience foot pain in their lifetime. Long-term remedies are scarce. Good Feet Art Supports from the Good Feet Store can help. They are designed to relieve common foot conditions like plantar fasciitis, and they also improve balance and comfort. Learn more at goodfeet.com.
Attention football fans, the season's heating up, and that means it's time for jaw-dropping plays, spectacular touchdowns, and memories that'll last a lifetime. So if you're looking to grab the best seats for all the excitement, Vivid Seats is your go-to playmaker. With an incredible selection of tickets and a game-changing rewards program, Vivid Seats is your ticket to every thrilling moment. Don't miss out. Experience it live with Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. For instance, on September 21st, 2019, UCLA trailed Washington State 49-17 with under 7 minutes left in the third quarter. From that point forward, the Bruins erased that 32-point deficit, outscoring the Cougars 50-14 to win 67-63.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars, Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports.
Good morning, I'm Mark the Shark. It's third-ranked 7-0 Penn State hosting fourth-ranked 6-1 Ohio State tomorrow in Happy Valley. The Buckeyes have defeated the Nittany Lions 7 straight times, including a 20-12 win in Columbus last season. Kickoff tomorrow is noon here on The Fan. Last season, the Winnipeg Jets swept the Blue Jackets in their two-game season series, outscoring Columbus 11-1. This season, the Jets are 9-1, best record in the NHL. The Jackets are 5-3-1. Those teams meet tonight at Nationwide Arena. Face-off 7 o'clock here on The Fan. In the NFL's Thursday night game, Garrett Wilson caught a 21-yard touchdown pass in the third quarter that tied the Jets with the Texans at 7-all. Then Wilson's 26-yard touchdown catch early in the fourth quarter put New York up to stay. The Jets went on to beat Houston 21-13. The Sports Center is sponsored by Dormar Heating and Air Conditioning. Need an emergency repair? Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarheating.com.
Never have I been so excited to get a whiff of sweaty jock straps. It's Football Friday.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Yay, football, the fan. Miss a minute of the show?
Check out the podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Type in Morning Juice and subscribe.
This is Morning Juice.
Busy 7 o'clock hour for us here on a Football Friday. Coming up 7:20 this morning. I hate that movie. I love that movie. I hate that character. Let me rephrase that statement. 7:20 this morning, Jackets insider Jeff Sabota. He's going to join the program. Jackets taking on the Jets tonight of Winnipeg at 7 o'clock. You can listen to that 6:30 right here on The Fan. And then road trip tomorrow begins in D.C. Then they're out to California.
Jeff's excited.
Oh, Jeff's pumped about
D.C. to California.
He loves those long road trips. So we'll check in with him coming up here at 7:20 this morning. And then Austin Ward, he's going to join us coming up here at 7:33 this hour.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Double down on these Theo Vaughn tickets, Bob. Give me a number.
Oh, let's go with 3.5, Shark.
Caller 3.5. You get into Sharky, 614-821-9710. You talk to him. You're going to be getting a pair of tickets to go see Theo Vaughn. Funny man. Stand-up comedian Theo Vaughn stopping by the Shot. Thursday, November 14th. Tickets are on sale through Ticketmaster.com, as Shark likes to say. Last night, busy night. Jets 21, Texans 13. I went to bed at halftime. I'm like, this game stinks. It's terrible. It's no good. It'll be
really good in the second half, though.
It was good in the second half. Garrett Wilson, take a bow, sir. First touchdown catch.
Was really nice.
One-hander across the middle, kind of slicing through the defense. And then, of course, his second touchdown.
It was a great ball. If you look like, the defender's hand was probably an inch away from getting a deflection on that. And Aaron threaded it right in there, and Garrett did the rest. And I'm glad that Garrett played that well after he's had some drops and some stuff. And, Aaron's hung with him and stuck with him, and that definitely paid off last night.
That second touchdown catch from Garrett Wilson was out of control.
It was pretty nice.
It was out of control.
Devontae Adams and Garrett Wilson have to be the two best, acrobatic contested ball catchers as a combo in the NFL.
Yeah, Devontae's he's so big, too. And he can high point a ball. And Garrett's just got bunnies and will just jump over you.
Oh, his hands. His hand. I watched him do that all the time at Ohio State. When he got here, I was like, this dude's the best receiver. Body control going up to catch a pass that I've ever seen.
His body control is nuts. Absolutely nuts. And that catch that he had last night was outrageous. If you haven't seen it, I mean, he's one-on-one with a defender. They're nearing the back of the end zone. He just turns around. He's kind of pushing the defender off with his left hand, turns
Kinda
back around
like
with his
like
right.
a Jeremiah Smith one from earlier in the year.
Kind of looks like Michael Jordan, like Jumpman, because his legs were kind of flailing like that. He didn't get both feet down, but he did. He got the foot down,
the left shin,
and then he got his shin down.
Shin counts as a leg.
It does count as a leg, and apparently it counts as a different leg than what your foot is when you came down. Hey, doesn't matter. He looked awesome last night, but we need to get over the fact. Malachi Corley. Remember that name? Guy played for Western Kentucky. We talked about him last year when Ohio State played. So he had a touchdown in this game. Nice play. Ball gets to him. Yep. He's running around the corner and makes a couple of guys miss. He's going to the end zone untouched. Into the end zone. It's touchdown. Drops the ball before he crosses the goal line. Why do we do that? Why is that a thought in our head?
You're so excited to go celebrate, Beam, and show everybody what you did.
It's a 0.2. Hold on to the ball for 0.2 seconds more.
Here's an idea. That's what Tress used to always tell us. Hand the ball to the official.
Yeah. That way you know you're not going to drop.
Then you never worry about it.
Except for the official if he's on the goal line and you hand it to him.
I mean, I guess that's one of the guys you could. There's a guy in the back of the end zone, though, that usually you would target and maybe get it to him because you're running right toward him. So hand the ball to the official. You don't have to worry about it.
We see it multiple times a year.
Oh, it's
multiple
brutal.
times a year.
Brutal. And the crazy thing is nobody went and dove on it just to be sure.
Yeah.
So it was a touchback because it rolled through the back of the end zone. But yeah, I mean, no one went to grab it. It was just kind of what it was.
Jackets at home against the Jets tonight at 7 o'clock, 6:30 on the Fan. At the Caps tomorrow. So again, blow back-to-back for the CBJ. Ohio State versus Penn State tomorrow, 6:30 a.m. Pregame coverage, 10:30 a.m. statewide coverage from Beaver Stadium with Big Daddy Paul Keels, Jim Lachey, Skip Mossick and the gang. Of course, kickoff sometime, 12:20, 12:15 for a big noon kick. That's when you're going to get going. And then on Sunday, we get a busy day right here. Browns at home against the Chargers at 1 o'clock, 11 a.m. coverage for us. Bengals against the Raiders. And then on Sunday afternoon for a little 4:30 spot, the Crew on the road against Red Bulls got to get a win if they want to force an elimination game back here in Columbus next weekend.
Must win, Beam.
This
is the definition of a must win because if you lose, you are no longer playing.
That is correct. That's the correct assessment. So you have been to Beaver Stadium a couple of times. Yeah. You had the whiteout game, the first of the whiteout games. We'll check in with AJ Hawk around 8:33 a little bit this morning, get his experiences from that. But what's that for the people who haven't been in that stadium, Bob? And I remember you always telling the story. It's basically like you're a gladiator walking into the arena.
Sitting
over
there at the bottom, underneath. You can hear the animals rustling around, tigers, other places, other gladiators lined up behind you.
They play that Nittany Lion roar about 1,000 times, too.
Whoa. And it's just, they get it rolling the whole time. And as you walk in, and they've made it better now, and Schleiks remembers it as a coach, and he only played there once our senior year. He didn't play it my sophomore year because he was redshirted. And the locker room, it's not like you have direct access to the field like at Ohio State. You just come down the ramps and you're right there. You have to kind of walk through the concourse a little bit. And I guess now they have it where it's partitioned a little better.
Okay.
But back, and I think they had part of it like this when I was there. They had some chain link fences to hold people back. But I mean, it's like kind of like holding back zombies. They're like screaming, getting after you, yelling obscenities at you and about your mom and girlfriend and everything else in life.
All kinds of good stuff.
And then there was a part I remember where like this Pennsylvania State Police, like their state troopers, then it was like through, like imagine where like the bathrooms are in Ohio Stadium on like the first level.
Yeah.
And then you like walk out of there and walk down one of the tunnels.
So like if you're walking in, because the visitor tunnel is on the west side of the stadium. So, like, if you had to walk through, like, the west side.
No, I'm just talking about, like, you just go there and then, like, go down one of the tunnels, like, one of the entryways, and that's how you would enter the field.
Okay.
So they would, like, hold up, like, a little thin, like, the yellow rope you would buy at, like, a, toy store. I mean, like, it was, like, the little yellow thin braided rope.
Yeah.
That's, like, what they use at, like, Muirfield.
Yeah.
to keep the golfers back.
Yeah, that's a whole different beast. Talking about Muirfield Village and then 100,000 people.
Sunday at 12:30, and people seeing that, like, knowing they're not supposed to be out there versus drunken zombies, and this rope's held by like 2. They're pulling it pretty tight, but there's like nothing that's keeping them from like throwing stuff at you, hitting you, and like, let's be honest. I mean, they're law enforcement officers, but they're really just there to make sure that you're not getting fully assaulted. A semi-assault, though.
But even if it were to start, like, what? I mean, they're not controlling the situation.
They would probably, I imagine, pull people off then. But I mean, you're right there, and they're in your face just yelling.
God, that'd be great.
It is, but like, you don't look at them.
Did you like that? Did you like that experience?
It gets you ready to go.
Yeah.
So I said to talk about worried about them coming out flat and like the energy. I'm like, it's not possible here, because you're walking through the Lions Den, figuratively and literally in Penn State, walking through the Lions Den, going down to the field. And so like, your fight or flight response is amplified to the max. Now, noon isn't quite as bad. Like the 3:30, like after daylight savings, when it's getting dark, is pretty intense. And then the like night game, obviously the whiteout is really big, but it'll be a frothy environment. Like, their fans understand how big of a deal it is. A lot of people in Penn State wanted to play Ohio State on a yearly basis. I think James Franklin didn't. And so they
are unrivaled.
They are unrivaled, but like, I talked to former players, and they're like, dude, we wish this game was going on. Like,
I wish we kept this game. I liked this game. I love this game.
Absolutely. And so everybody wanted that. This is a game that's been going on for 30 years. And despite the fact that Ohio State's gotten the better, I mean, dominated James Franklin 1-9. But, you know, even going back, the last 20, I mean, Ohio State's won a heck of a lot more than they've lost. But a lot of them have always been good games.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there have been very few blowouts. Like, my sophomore year, we beat them, or my junior year, we beat them here. And it used to be terrible because we'd have Penn State and Michigan home in the same year and then away in the same year. And when they went to divisions, they changed that at least.
Yeah, I mean, the series is 22-8 in favor of Ohio State. But if you look at the scores,
the games are close.
Always.
Like, aggregate scoring, pretty tight, considering it's 22-8. I mean, you're talking one-score games, and whether it was the sack-off or KJ Hill scoring, Marcus Ball scoring,
God.
Benjamin Victor. You talk about Braxton Miller's like whoop, whoop, whoop.
Oh, yeah, the juke inside the phone booth.
I mean, there's all of those plays, these iconic moments and plays happen there.
Trace McSorley, the James Franklin call to run a quarterback draw on like 4th and 3. And just Chase Young just being there.
Yeah, like unblocked and just tackling him. So, yeah, there's all that stuff. Like, this is all part of it. And so, yeah, you mentioned 22-8, you said, over the last 30 years. Mm-hmm. But those games are close, and they're dynamic. So their fans are fired up, and they're going to be juiced up about it. There's not an opportunity to be flat at all. And I'm excited to kind of be there where you're on the road, just your dudes. Like Schleich said, ride or die, go buck yourself, and go get a win.
The last 10 years of this series, going back to 2014.
Like Penn State won the first 4 of them, too.
Yeah, first 4 back in
but those are before they joined the Big Ten. Since they joined in 93.
Ohio State's had their number. That's the 22-8. That's where the 22-8 comes from. But going back to 2014, 31-24 Ohio State, 38-10, which is kind of the albatross in the whole scenario. 38-10 Buckeyes in 2015. Penn State winning in 2016 at home. I mean, that was the rush the field goal on, get blocked, return it the other way for a touchdown. And Penn State won that game 24-21, 39-38 in 2017. I think that was the JT game, right? I mean, that was the come from behind in the fourth quarter craziness here. Night game at Ohio Stadium, 27-26, 28-17, 38-25, 33-24, 44-31 a couple of years ago. And then last year, total defensive battle, 20-12. I mean, these games are traditionally won by a margin of a touchdown.
I mean, even in 2022, it was a defensive battle when JT, like, single-handedly, JT Tuimoloau, if you're James Franklin, Tuimoloau, that is, went and had, like, 6 TFLs, 3 sacks, forced fumble,
fumble
recovery, 2 picks, and a touchdown.
Yeah.
I mean, that game turned on its head. There were big plays aplenty in that game. the score being 44-31 doesn't tell the story of how tight that was at half and what it looked like.
Yeah, it's a good game. Tomorrow, high noon. Super pumped about that. Cody from Pataskala, he's the winner of the Theo Vaughn tickets. He knew he needed to be caller number 3.5. How'd you get that done, Shark? How did you take the third and a half?
Caller 4, Beam.
Okay, so you just rounded up right there. Jackets insider Jeff Sabota, he's going to join us. We'll preview CBJ versus Winnipeg with him coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, no major crashes to tell you about. Watching things pick up on 33 on the southeast side and on I-71 as you're coming into downtown. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here for my friends at Affinity Whole Health. Affinity is the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy, but they are also much more than that. They help men and women who are experiencing things like low energy, low libido, muscle loss, and weight gain. Turn it all around. You can feel amazing and live better just like I can. It can be delivered right to your door, which is tremendous. Semaglutide for weight loss and testosterone and hormone replacement therapy for so much more. I've been a customer for years and it works. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
We've seen it before. Politicians and lobbyists playing games, drawing voting maps to keep power in their hands, not ours. Courts have ruled Ohio's voting districts unconstitutional 7 times, while our communities have been left out again and again. But this November, you have a chance to change that with Issue 1. Issue 1 will make it illegal for politicians to manipulate voting districts for themselves or their own party. Instead, it creates an open, transparent process where a diverse group of citizens, not politicians, will draw the lines. No more backroom deals, no more gerrymandering, just fairer maps that represent our communities. Issue 1 gives you and me the power to ensure everyone's vote counts. This is about real change, a chance to end the games and make our voices heard. So vote yes on Issue 1, fair representation, and power to the people. Paid for by citizens, not politicians.
Combat falling interest rates now. Lock in a 7-month certificate from Kemba Financial Credit Union and earn up to 4.5% annual percentage yield. Visit Kemba.org for details. Hurry! This exceptional rate offer expires December 31st, 2024. APY equals annual percentage yield. Restrictions apply. $500 minimum deposit required to open and earn stated APY and $250,000 maximum deposit. Advantage status required. Federally insured by NCUA.
The Fan app is about to become your new best friend. Your one-stop shop for all your favorite fan shows. ESPN Columbus and BetQL. Live or on demand, listen on your schedule. Download the 97.1 The Fan app today. It's free. Do it.
The time to save big is now. It's Ford Truck Month at your local Ford dealer, and the time to buy is now. Make way for great offers across an amazing lineup of Ford trucks, featuring the built Ford Tough F-150 and Super Duty. Check out the versatile Ford Maverick and the capable Ford Ranger. But you can't wait. These limited truck month deals won't last. Check it all out at buyfordnow.com. Then get over to your local Ford dealer today. Hurry in, as these deals won't last long.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change will help ease your oil change-anxiety. Picture expert technicians who are quick but not rushed. When you hear the bell, breathe in and out. Now, let go of your oil change-anxiety. Visit Valvoline Instant Oil Change today and find automotive peace. No appointment needed.
Democrats will do anything to win. Changing the rules, mail-in ballots, cheating, and even opening our borders, all to win at any cost. Now they have a new scheme, Issue 1. Issue 1 would create a redistricting commission aimed at overturning key protections against gerrymandering in Ohio. Protections approved by over 70% of Ohio voters to prevent this exact kind of political manipulation of voting districts. And the members of this mysterious commission are backed by foreign special interest groups. They're unelected, unaccountable, and completely beyond voter control. If they abuse their power, there's no way to vote them out or hold them responsible. Their only purpose is to take control of Ohio's politics and turn the state from red to blue. This isn't democracy, it's deception. Don't let the Dems continue to rewrite the rules to rig the system in their favor. Protect Ohio's voice. Vote no on Issue 1. Paid for by Ohio Works.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
The weekend is almost here, and today will be a beauty of a day. 60 for the high temperature, looking at plenty of sunshine. 62 on your Saturday with plenty of sunshine. Showers return on Sunday with a high at 66. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Panic and passion. Is that a motivational quote or the title of an adult romance novel? You're listening to Morning Juice.
Hey, by popular demand, this is back. Now, you only got a few days to do it, because if you want to win tickets to the 2025 Navy Federal Credit Union NHL Stadium Series game at the Horseshoe, well, you're in luck. We here at The Fan are once again giving away tickets to the biggest Jackets fans. Here's how you can win a pair of tickets to the game. Go to 971thefan.com. Fill out your fan resume, and the top 10 biggest fans, as decided by the fan selection panel, will win a pair of tickets to the game. You must be entered by 11:59 p.m. coming up on Sunday, so you only got a few days to get it done. The game Saturday, March 1st at the Horseshoe. Jackets going to take on the Red Wings. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com or in the Ticketmaster app.
Morning Juice presents Talking Jackets.
Now it's Boone Jenner along the end boards, and he stuffs it behind Peter Mrazek for the score.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Every Friday at this time, we head out to the hotline and check in with our guy, Jackets insider Jeff Svoboda. Jeff, thanks for the time. Always appreciated. I mean, how long did it take you to get ready for Halloween at Nationwide Arena the other night, dressing up as a glizzy?
It was a difficult process. First, I had to buy the costume, and then I had to slip it over my shoulder. So, it was, a lot of effort went into it, Beamer. No.
I could tell. And you looked great doing that. Everybody seeming to have a good time over there at Nationwide Arena, enjoying the Halloween, the trick-or-treat, all kinds of good stuff. But I feel like for the first time in a while, Jeff, the fans are actually enjoying the hockey product. I mean, they're winning in a different ways. I mean, we've seen the 6-goal outburst. We saw a close game, 2-0 against the Islanders. What, at this point of the season, Jeff, early on, is kind of making this team go and is getting them the results that we've seen so far?
Yeah, I think you could point at a fair number of factors, and three things that kind of stand out to me, so I may ramble here a little bit. First is just the structure they're playing with. The new coaching staff has certainly made a difference. You can just see they're playing better hockey. They get out of the defensive zone better. They're playing with more confidence, more speed, and they're playing aggressively and making it hard on other teams. And so that has certainly made them fun to watch, and so that's been nice. I would also say the development of the younger players has been great. I mean, you've got a guy like Kirill Marchenko leading the way with 11 points, and you've got, Igor Chitakov is starting to step up, Adam Fantilli, Cole Sillinger, Ken Johnson before he got hurt, and I said before the season that was going to be probably the biggest factor going into this year, was just how those players stepped forward now that they've had some experience under their belt, and we're seeing that happen. And then just the last thing is just the confidence level. You go in that locker room and you talk to players, and there's just a different level of belief this year. And I don't know exactly, what has gotten them to that point. But I've talked to a number of players who just feel like, we are out there to win hockey games. Like, we are not coming here to mess around. What has happened the last couple of years is over. We're here to win games, and we believe we can win games. And so far they've proved it. So we'll see if it can continue. Obviously, the injuries make it tough. There's a long season. There's going to be ups and downs. But right now, this is a team that feels like it absolutely has every chance to win every night.
How big of an impact has Dino's presence been on this team with what he's provided and just the structure and the skeleton for success?
Yeah, that's been a massive part of the situation. I mean, they just look so much better coached this year than they have in some of the previous seasons. And, they've talked about it's a black and white scheme. As a player, when you're on the ice and everything is happening so fast, and it's obviously a fast sport, you don't want any gray areas. You want to know what's expected of you in each situation. And that's what they've done schematically, is they've broken it down to where when you're out there, it is black and white. This is what needs to be done in each situation. And I think that just allows them to play so much faster. And then, the aggressiveness they're playing with, the structure they're playing with is been a massive improvement so far this year. So that means a lot. And I think also just the vibe of Dean. I mean, the expectations, everyone and every hockey coach talks about establishing a culture, but it seems as though, this coaching staff led by Dean Evison has been able to do it pretty quickly. They're accountable. They believe. I think Dean is a guy that has a presence about him that when he goes into that room, they respect him and they want to follow him. And it's been a really big improvement, and it's been refreshing so far, I think, for everybody involved.
He is Jackets insider Jeff Svoboda with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. How about Elvis's last couple of performances, Jeff? I mean, I know he got the one goal against them a couple of games ago, and then obviously pitching a shutout the other night against the Islanders has been a really nice thing to see as a Blue Jackets fan for him to get these last couple of games like this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's been great. There's no way around it. Just watching him play. And I love watching goaltenders. I don't know how to play goalie, but I know how to at least watch it.
You're the e-bug for the team.
Exactly. Would be a very big emergency if we got to that point. But just watching him play, I mean, and I think the thing that's gotten Elvis in trouble in the past is when he tries to impress himself upon the game, when he tries to do too much. At that position, you really have to let the game come to you, and that's what he's done the last couple of games. There's been no wasted movements. He's been calm in net. He's been square to shooters. He's been tracking the puck really well. I think one of his strong suits is his athleticism, but when he tries to use it too much, that's when he gets in trouble because he's chasing the game. He's kind of, floundering about, and you can just tell when he's in those situations, and you can see the difference in the last couple of games where he's just where he needs to be. He sees the shooter, he makes the save. There's no extra movements. There's nothing crazy going on. And so, just the level of play that he's been at the last two games has been really impressive. It's been fun to watch. And then also just in the room, Dean Evison has talked about he's been a huge part of this team since Dean's come in. They really, I think, challenged Elvis to be someone that could be dependable this year and be a good teammate and be someone that has the ability to play at the level that they know is in there. And it's just been a struggle getting to the last couple of years. And I think he's checked off every box so far this season.
What is your expectation? What do they have, a 5-game, including the Washington game? Is it 5 game? Five straight games on the road? How many points are we going to get out of that, Jeff? Give us a little range here.
Ooh, let's see here. I haven't thought about this yet, so I'll go off the top of my head. I know, Washington's playing really well right now, but I think that's a place you could go in and get a point. The California teams are – San Jose is certainly struggling, and Anaheim is got a good goalie, but they're not the best. And then you also end in Seattle. You could get if you get 6 or 7 here, you'd feel pretty good. I mean, 6 is 3 wins in 5 games, so I'll go with that because and again, it's early in the season. The only thing you just can't do is get yourself out of the playoffs right now. And if you can just stick around, you'll be in good shape. And I think that the way they're playing right now, I think they can stick around. So let's say 6 out of 10. I think that's for a 5-game road trip. That's pretty good.
I think you'd take that to the bank, Jeff. I think you'd run away with that road trip if you said we're going to get 6 out of it. How do you pack for a trip like this? I mean, East Coast all the way to West Coast. I know you love those transcontinental flights.
Yeah, trust me, there will be a lot of luggage. And a great story. A couple years ago, we went out to California. And I took one quarter zip and one pair of jeans. Because California, you don't need that much, but you that much warm clothing, but you still need it. And first night we, may have had a couple beers and rolled through Del Taco, and I woke up in the morning and both my jeans and my quarter zip were just completely covered in taco. And a $43 dry cleaning bill later from the hotel. They were ready to go the rest of the trip, but that was not the smartest thing I've ever done.
Hey, where do you put that in line with the purple or the red drink?
At the end of the day, the moral of the story is don't get Del Taco on the first night of a road trip.
Maybe on the last night when you know that you can get on the plane and come back home. Buddy, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us here. Have a great night tonight at Nationwide Arena. Enjoy the road trip, and we'll check in again here soon, all right?
All right, sounds good, guys. Thank you.
There he goes. Jackets insider Jeff Sabota with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. I just have a visual of him eating Del Taco at 2 o'clock in the morning, waking up at 8, just covered in taco sauce. That's the visual I've got going on in my head right now. That was a bad idea. It's always a bad idea. Austin Ward, he's going to join us. We'll set the table for all things Buckeyes and Nittany Lions with him next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and happy Friday. Right now, things moving along just fine. No crashes to tell you about. Starting to watch busy traffic on 23 out in Delaware and on 33 on the southeast side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
Men, you already know that as we age, low testosterone can cause many issues, including decreased energy, bad sleep, a lower sex drive, and more. And if you're like most men, getting treated for low T can truly change your life. But it's also important where you get treated, because your health matters, and a quality medical practice that has true expertise in men's sexual health can help you get the best outcome. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, the leader in treating low T and other men's sexual health issues in the area. And if you're feeling like I just described and haven't yet sought treatment, or if you're not satisfied with the treatment you're currently receiving, I'd invite you to call us. At Tri-State Men's Health, our expertise is men's sexual health. It's all we do. We've successfully treated thousands of men for low T, and we offer a true 5-star experience that is like no other. If you're like most men, you'll be astounded at our service and at the results of our treatments. So make an appointment today. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Save big on your next project at Menards. Insulate your home and start saving on energy costs with Owens Corning Pink Foamular Insulation. Foamular insulation panels are moisture resistant and rugged enough to be used anywhere, even underground. Plus, these pink panels are available in many different sizes and thicknesses to fit any project. Save big on Owens Corning Foamular Insulation. And don't forget to check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
This is Corey Sickles with Safe Harbor Wealth Advisors. Loads and fees erode your retirement savings. Let us show you how to protect your nest egg. Visit safeharboroh.com to schedule a complimentary meeting. safeharboroh.com.
This report is sponsored by AAA Car Care Plus. Tires worn down from all the summer driving? Come into your local AAA Car Care Plus between August 1st and August 31st and save up to $180 on select sets of 4 Veretta Stein tires. Only at AAA Car Care Plus locations. See store for details.
Sunday Night Football on the Fan. Catch the Colts and Vikings from Minneapolis. Live coverage starts Sunday at 7:30.
Sponsored by Roosters, a fun casual joint.
Your radio home of the NFL, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Military veterans and active duty service members, you could become a certified cyber warrior with just 12 weeks of training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, and IT pros with these skills often enjoy abundant opportunity and a great lifestyle. Protect our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. GI Bill, SkillBridge, and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP.
Football is all about scoring big, and so is Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. With 4 dealerships and a collision center, you're sure to find the perfect vehicle. Plus, every vehicle purchase comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty. Our Carvenience service picks up your car, gives you a rental, and returns it without you lifting a finger. Score big today. Experience the difference and visit HindererMotorCompany.com. We love what moves you.
Hey, it's Common Man and T-Bone. We've got an appearance coming up at our favorite place to do all our banging, Hollywood Casino Columbus.
We're going to be live Friday, November 1st at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook inside the casino for the top 5 matchup in Happy Valley.
Plus, you can win tickets to the big college football game in Columbus featuring our friends from the Hoosier State on November 23rd. We're giving those away this Friday.
The key is Friday. Come or you're dead to us. Must be 21 years or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Check this out. The new iPhone 16 Pro built for Apple Intelligence. At Verizon, you can get it when you trade in any phone from one of their top brands.
Any?
Any.
Even if it's 4 years old?
Yeah.
Even if it's 4 years old and I drop it on the sidewalk?
Yep.
Even if it's 4 years old and I drop it on the sidewalk, then a scooter runs it over, so now it's not just old and cracked, but shattered?
With Verizon, the answer is always yes. Trade in any phone from one of our top brands for the new iPhone 16 Pro with Unlimited Ultimate. Plus, get a new iPad. Trade in terms apply. See Verizon.com for details. Apple Intelligence coming fall 2024.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmett Smith on behalf of The Pen, and I've got the perfect play.
run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing catch. Because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable, and one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, Depend is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 40 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shield Guards Real Fit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 void in Mississippi.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
Beam has a baby face. Bobby has soft hands. That should not stop you from listening to this show. This is Morning Juice.
Hey, the NBA is back, and FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, wants you to catch all the action. Right now, FanDuel is giving everybody 3 months of NBA League Pass. All you got to do to catch every tip-off, buzzer beaters, place a $5 bet on the NBA and get 3 months of NBA League Pass courtesy of FanDuel. Let's see what's going on Friday night, late night. How about the Nuggets and Timberwolves for you at 9:30 tonight? Maybe a 10 o'clock Thunder at Trailblazers, just for you, Bob.
That sounds terrific, Beam. I love it. I can't wait. Here's the thing. All you have to do to catch every tip-off, that buzzer beater you're talking about, that $5 bet, you get 3 months of the NBA League Pass, courtesy of FanDuel. Visit FanDuel.com/juice to make every moment more this season. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Must be 21 and older and present in Ohio. After a 3-month free trial, full price of NBA League Pass will be automatically charged monthly. Cancel anytime, no refunds. Terms and restrictions and embargoes apply. Limit 1 pass per customer. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
A guy who considers himself the mayor of Laramie, Wyoming, who holds the shuffleboard record at the Ranger, and most impressive, the commissioner of the Central Ohio Two-Man Scramble League. Here's Austin Ward.
And Austin is brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss as we head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Commish, how was trick or treat for you last night? All right.
It was great. I think, like everyone else in Columbus, I would have preferred if it didn't start raining right at 6 o'clock last night. At least that's the timing that we had in our neighborhood. I don't know how it saved up the worst weather we've had in like 2 months, right for the very moment that everyone wanted to get out and go get some candy.
It's a tradition unlike any other.
It is. You're absolutely right, partner.
Good. I'm glad that you had a good time last night. I'm glad that Liberty had some candy in her. I'm sure she was all hopped up on Mountain Dew, which was good. Let's get to the task at hand, shall we, for Ohio State and Penn State tomorrow, high noon, over at Beaver Stadium, State College, Pennsylvania. Obviously, Austin, the huge talk from an Ohio State perspective this week has been the offensive line. The performance against Nebraska, coming off the bye week, Zen Mahalski goes down. There's going to be some shuffling. To you, on a scale of 1 to 10 on like the Richter scale, how big of an impact and how entrenched will you be looking at that offensive line tomorrow against Penn State?
Probably like a 5, Beam. And I think that it should be more. It feels like it should be more. The conversation about it has been pretty narrowly focused on left tackle and who's going to play there. Then what if Donovan Jackson is at left tackle? Does Austin Sarabeld return to left guard? We saw Luke Montgomery go in that emergency situation. You know, does a week of practice change that? And there is real intrigue there. And Penn State is also very talented up front. And so that's going to be a real test and a real challenge for Ohio State. You have to win in the Big Ten on both your offensive line and defensive line. That cliche is a cliche because it's incredibly true. But there's also this notion that has stuck in my head, which is when Ohio State has talked about its defensive line and how other teams are able to create schemes that don't allow you to get sacks and you can get the ball out and you can, you can work around sometimes talent deficiencies, which, in almost every game Ohio State plays, its defensive line is physically outmatching its opponents, but that doesn't guarantee you that you're going to have success getting to the quarterback or even stopping the run. Like Chip Kelly at UCLA never had high-end NFL talent to work with on the offensive line and still was able to design efficient running attacks and opportunities for the quarterback and to move the football through the air. Like you can create plays and schemes that don't require you to just absolutely mash people into the ground up front. So I guess I'm saying I don't think that it has to be the be-all, end-all. Granted, that's going to require the offensive staff be a little bit more creative than it was last week.
Creativity, the key, Austin. What are you looking for on defense? A little more aggressive last week, gave up some runs. Drew Aller, I would imagine, plays. You never know. It could be a little Prbula out there. We'll see what happens. But how do you kind of feel about defensively this team going into the Happy Valley?
Yeah, I do think that last week was a step forward for Ohio State, certainly compared to Oregon. I don't know that it was a complete success and that everything was patched up, Bob. I mean, the thing is, if all three of those sacks, Ohio State had to dial up blitz pressure to get to the quarterback. Now, that's a good thing. They're showing that they're willing to get that creativity that I talked about. That freed up some rush lanes for JT Tuimoloau got unblocked because of one. Ty Hamilton came free for another because they had 7 guys in there and the offensive line had no solution for that. Those are good things, but the reason you don't just blitz on every down is because it leaves you in stressful situations in the secondary with man coverage, and Ohio State has been a little bit susceptible to that at times, and even last week they were with 3 pass interference penalties on Davis and Igbinosun the week before that, or the game before that. We know what happened with Denzel Burke, so that's the risk-reward situation that you're always going to face and you're going to be in, and you'd like to be able to just get home with those 4 guys up front, and we'll see if Ohio State is able to do that. Larry Johnson does tend to get his best performances out of his guys whenever Penn State is involved, so we'll see if that's the case tomorrow too.
He is Austin Ward with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Where's this game won and lost just straight up for Ohio State tomorrow, Austin?
Yeah, I do think it is on the lines, but if we set that conversation aside, I think what separates Ohio State really from everybody else in the country are those 3 wide receivers. And I don't think that there's a scenario where the Buckeyes can play another game this year and win by only throwing it 16 times or only having 4 targets for Jeremiah Smith or 4 targets for Emeka Egbuka. I guess if you turn 4 catches into 100 yards like Carnell Tate, that's fine. But those top 2 guys especially, just they have to be involved more. And I think Ohio State's done this as well with the Oregon game for Emeka, the Michigan State game for Jeremiah. Like, they can be rushing threats for you as well. So when I talk about offensive creativity, just like Chip Kelly kind of avoided this discussion on Tuesday, but it was like you just had this sense that they were treating it like a scrimmage last week, and they were going to keep hammering the run until they figured something out. And they weren't trying, and they weren't executing and calling the things that really make this offense dangerous. They had the 2.
Does that make you feel better or worse, Austin?
I mean, I kind of both, Bob, because
dangerous but also safe.
Yeah, because I mean, you know what I mean. Like, it didn't feel like they were treating last week with the urgency that the actual situation requires. Like, they were losing in the 4th quarter, and it was. Yeah,
but then they went down and had a 75-yard touchdown drive.
I mean, I know that we didn't see Ohio State at its best last week, and I do think that it was probably more to do with the coaching and play calling, at least offensively. And I'm not saying that every single time you dial up a shot down the seam that Nebraska never would have adjusted to that, but I don't think they have. I don't think anyone has the personnel to just line up and cover Jeremiah Smith 40 yards down the field. And maybe you're worried about the offensive line, but you have to do the things ultimately that make your offense successful if it's going to be successful. You can't. This team is no longer built around just lining up and power rushing right at somebody. Like, that's not going to work with this team. It's not going to work without Josh Simmons, even though you have Quinshon Judkins and Travion Henderson. But I think there's a lot of different ways that you can maximize the athleticism and explosiveness of those wide receivers. And I think that Will Howard, people wanting to, and not everyone, I think it was in this Athletic, anonymous coaches story this week. He's not really a game manager, but he just needs to be a game manager. Will Howard can operate this offense and do whatever Ohio State needs. He deserves more credit and more opportunity, I think, especially tomorrow, to go out there and win the game for Ohio State because he has the weapons to do that, and I think he has the ability to do so as well.
Traditionally very close over the last decade or so. A few outliers in there, but it's usually won and lost by a touchdown. 3:45 tomorrow afternoon in State College at Beaver Stadium. Austin, scoreboard, zeros on the clock. What does it say?
It says Ohio State 22, Penn State 16. There is not a world where you will catch me backing James Franklin to win a big game.
Yeah. Did Berm do the fliplet? Did he's come around to the other side?
He's on the Ohio State side now, Bob.
Okay.
He's worked through it throughout this week, and he also believes Ohio State will win an ugly game.
Austin, always appreciate the time. Enjoy that trip out there to State College, and we'll check in again next Friday, all right?
All right, see you, boys. Have a great weekend.
You too. There he goes. Austin Ward with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. We're going to get juice next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and happy Friday. Right now, things moving along just fine. No crashes to tell you about. Starting to watch busy traffic on 23 out in Delaware and on 33 on the southeast side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steckerwald with your fan traffic.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Integrity, honesty, and quality. Words we live by here at Monogram Homes. Hi, this is Dina. And at Monogram Homes, we strive to bring your wants to your man cave, your needs to your kitchen, and your ideas to life. Most home builders claim to be custom, but starting with stock floor plans and templates isn't our idea of a tailored experience. At Monogram Homes, we start with a blank slate and work with you until you get exactly what you want. So start your true custom home journey today with a builder you can trust. Monogram Homes. Visit us online at monogramhomes.net.
Football fans, are you ready to score big this NFL season? Hey, it's T-Bone to tell you that Bud Light and 97.1 The Fan have teamed up for the ultimate football face-off. Join us each week for football face-off events and your chance to win a trip to Vegas where you'll compete for the grand prize, a trip for 2 to New Orleans, or the Super Bowl. Take your shot at football glory. This week, join the Bud Light team at Ethley and Tank on Saturday from 1:30 to 3:30. Then join me on Sunday at Yogi's Bar and Grill in Dublin. I'll be there from 2 to 4 watching the Browns and Chargers, giving you a shot at going to the Super Bowl.
People can't say enough amazing things about Vanscoy Hair Clinics. Men and women struggle with hair loss every day, and they completely change their lives. Vanscoy Hair Clinics is the only company in Ohio that has PRP, platelet-rich plasma, and a multi-unit hair grafting hair transplant procedure. Go to vanscoyhair.com for more info, or call 614-432-8042. Here's what some of their hair transplant clients have said.
Around 26, 27, I lost almost all of my hair on top. It changed my life in ways that I could not imagine.
My hair is going to continue growing for the rest of my life.
There is hope that you can do something about your hair loss.
Multi-unit hair grafting gives you 3 times more hair per procedure, saving you time and money. Hair transplants are more affordable than ever, and PRP is a fast, easy, and effective 45-minute treatment for thinning or damaged hair. Call Vanscoy for a free consultation, 614-432-8042, or visit vanscoyhair.com. That's 614-432-8042. Find out what procedure will restore your hair.
How big of a Jackets fan are you? Like, scary big? Prove it. Show us you're the biggest CBJ fan and you could win tickets to the Stadium Series at the Horseshoe. Head to 971thefan.com now through November 3rd at 11:59 p.m. to enter. Do it.
Bob Yoakum, president of Rockford Homes, talks about what makes First Bank of Central Ohio different.
I would say it starts by caring. It starts by doing what you say you're going to do and following through on it. When you're talking about local, you're talking about relationships and people that matter to you. I don't care if that's personally or professionally.
Experience what it's like to be first at First Bank of Central Ohio. Visit fbcentralohio.com for more details. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Hey, Buckeye fans! As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 2 trips to a Buckeye postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Temperatures are in the 40s. I think we do make it to 60 today, but we have a lot of sunshine out there. A beautiful day to check out that fall foliage as we are near peak. Sunny tomorrow with a high of 62. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 weather impact forecasts on 97.1 The Fan.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
A radio show hosted by two former football players, one slightly more successful than the other. You're listening to Morning Juice.
We hear the Juice brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can always visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Bob, it's Friday, buddy. First day of November. Trick-or-treats in the bag. Buckeyes, Nittany Lions tomorrow. What's got you fired up today?
Well, what's got me fired up, Bean, is last night my kid, we passed out, I think, over 600-700 pieces of candy. I'm not sure. My wife did some emergency purchasing of zebra cakes, Nutter Butters, stuff like that, just in case. And then about 30 minutes in, she goes, we got way too much. We overbought. Come back about 7:15. She's like, we hardly have any left. I'm like, exactly. So $500 later of Halloween candy just out the door.
Poof, David
Copperfield. And my kids get to live on the street that I always dreamed of trick-or-treating on. So it's a pretty great situation for them. They get to really enjoy it. It was a great night. Love all the folks stopping by, all the kids coming through. A lot of fun. Passed out some baseball or some football cards too. Some of the boys love that. So that was a lot of fun. I get to leave here being going to dip out a little bit early. We'll do the last segment on the web. Got my NFL concussion doctor's appointment today. Going to last somewhere in the neighborhood of 6 hours. Pretty excited for that. Do some neurocognitive testing. They said they're going to give me a picture of Joe Biden. Then they just put an age by me of when I get to that point, and I can join the all pudding MCL club. When I get to decide, I go there at 4 o'clock and what flavor pudding I like. And my kids,
you and Shark are going to have a great time in retirement.
It'll be tremendous. Like, he may be older than me by 20 years, but cognitively, I'm not sure that I'm much further behind him. So it'll be great.
You nervous about that, or you just?
I don't know. What am I going to? Here's the thing.
It's already done.
I talked to Jacob. Jacob Hester and I were joking about this on XM on Wednesday. He goes, you know what? Back hurts, knee hurts, brain probably hurts. He's like, I wouldn't trade it for anything. Like, I told my kids, like, as long as you guys are good, you'll get the spoils of it. I'll get the blunt end of the stick, and we'll see what happens. And maybe nothing. Maybe it's all good. I have no idea. To quote Aaron Rodgers, it's a beautiful mystery, Beam, to find out what's going on up there. But it'll be a...
Will you find out your results like immediately?
I don't know how that works. I have no idea, Beam.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Like, I just sent something to my wife that I really need to figure out. God knows what she's going to put down. I was like, put down the truth of whatever you think I am as a human being. And emotional, violent fits of rage, confusion, all kinds of things.
Passionate.
I sometimes forget what was it. Whatever you experience on the opposite side of that mirror, you put it down. I go, don't, just be real with it. I don't know what I'm just the roller coaster. You're the one that's riding around on it. So you tell me how that goes. So that'll happen. And then obviously Happy Valley. It's a fun game. I'm sad that this is the last time that it's going to be here for a while. Maybe one more year, I don't know. But it's going away on an annual basis.
We get them at home next year, and then
that's it.
Who knows?
And then that's the last time we'll be in Happy Valley for unknown, being destination unknown. And then I've got a little David Goggins for you here, Sharky.
I know. How about days off? One day, but not today.
Still to be happy about.
You're up 2-0.
Job's not finished. Job finished? No, I don't think so.
Take a day off. No one will know. But keep on thinking, too. There's always someone out there looking harder than you. No one cares what you did yesterday. It only matters what you're doing today. Those who take me literally, so how bad do you want this? If it's as bad as you want to live, breathe, or sleep, whatever the hell it may be, I can work with you. You more time for that snooze button. You gotta move now.
No more time for that snooze button, Beam. You gotta move now. If that doesn't get you juiced up, I don't know what does. Maybe this guy.
I'm at the farm. I go around. I mow. I shoot my bow. I do work. It's fantastic. There's just something about riding a tractor or riding lawnmower and shooting bows that just gets you like in this state of mind. It's fantastic. I really enjoy it. A lot of thoughts going on in there.
A lot of thoughts going up there in that brain. I am very juiced about tomorrow's Ohio State 27-20 victory at Penn State. I fully expect when we gather here Monday morning that the Buckeyes will be ranked number 3 in the country, although it doesn't really matter till until Tuesday, I guess. AP goes out the door on Monday, and then we have the CFP. My Ashland Arrows finished undefeated this season, 10-0. They are the 4th seed in Division II's Region 7, hosting St. Charles tonight. Juiced about that. And don't forget, folks, by the way, I'm attending my first Blue Jackets game of the season tonight. You know, after spending like 19 years in the press box covering that team with the worst seats in the house, I always enjoy now going as a fan, wearing my colors and cheering on my team.
It's amazing you don't feel the same way about the Tribe.
I do feel that way about the Tribe. I love cheering on the Tribe. And don't forget, spring forward, fall back. Yeah, we got to change our clocks before we go to bed.
I love falling back.
Yeah,
Spring
but I don't,
forward,
I don't like the 5:30 darkness come Sunday night. Beam.
Does that mean we gain an hour or we lose an hour?
We get an extra hour of sleep.
So Willie will get up at 7:30 instead of 6:30?
So you got to go out and milk the cows an hour earlier.
Okay, I'll remember that. What's got me juiced? Elk's got Beaver Creek tonight, Sharky. They're the 2 seed. They're the 2 seed in Region 2. So who's Lancaster have tonight, Bob?
That's a great question.
We'll find that out.
Lancaster won 2 games this year, didn't they?
3. Should have won more. They gave away a couple.
Very juiced about that. High school playoffs. Crazy to think that we're in week 11. Fired up about this Buckeye game. Also fired up that we get an awesome weekend that we're going to preview next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Happy Friday. Still watching crews clear up a crash on the ramp from 161 westbound down to 270 southbound on the northeast side. Other than that, everything flowing nicely. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Earn a $300 cash bonus when you open a new free checking account. Visit bmifcu.org/free for more details.
If you're struggling with ED or your performance is down and your belly fat is growing, listen up. You've got one life. Now is the time to act.
At the Columbus Men's Clinic, we're not just healthcare, we're your secret weapon. Don't wait another day. Here's why you need to act right now.
Every moment you delay, your condition could worsen. It's not just about sex, it's about your heart, your relationship, your life.
The Columbus Men's Clinic has over 10 years of proven results for low testosterone and increasing drive, energy level, and performance. We've introduced ED and enhancement treatments so exclusive, you'll wonder why you waited.
Procrastination is the thief of time. When it comes to your sexual health, you can't afford to wait. Join the League of Gentlemen who've walked out of our doors with a swagger.
Call the Columbus Men's Clinic at 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. Book your $99 male performance consultation now, including blood work. Call 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. The Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
Get all your holiday shopping done in just one stop with early holiday deals at Meijer. Save big this week on gifts for everyone. For the competitive ones on your list, select puzzles and board games are buy 2, get 1 free. Share the sense of the season with Yankee Candle products. Buy 1, get 1 for $1. And for those who believe that bigger is always better, save $200 on an Element 65-inch Zumo TV. Shop even more great gift ideas like these in the Meijer Holiday Gift Guide. Available on Meijer.com, in-store, or in the Meijer app. Exclusions apply.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change wants to help ease your oil change anxiety with a few moments of automotive peace.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, where every nail-biting overtime win, breakaway, pick six, three-point shot, underdog win, buzzer beater, shootout, walk-off, and absolutely every play in between is amazing. From football to basketball and hockey to baseball, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio.
Trust & Will knows that you're likely celebrating a loved one's birthday this month because fall is the most popular birthday season in America. And Trust & Will celebrates by protecting what matters most. Trust & Will makes estate planning easy and affordable, designed by attorneys but customized by you. Visit trustandwill.com with offer code Columbus for 10% off. That's trustandwill.com, offer code Columbus. Trust & Will is an online service providing legal forms and information. It is not a law firm and is not a substitute for the advice of an attorney.
Reichert Chevy's dealing in Dublin.
$2,500 low price guarantee.
With our lowest prices and 72-hour exchange policy, you can't buy the wrong car. Shop hundreds of vehicles at ReichertChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
At Reichert,
we're dealing.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Are you ready to unleash the beast? Monster Energy is here to give you the edge this college tailgate season. Loaded with bold flavors, our powerful blend gives you the energy you need to push you beyond your limits. Tune in all season long with Monster, the energy drink of ESPN Radio College Football Tour. Power your performance with a drink that's as hungry for victory as you are. Crack open an ice-cold Monster and dominate your competition. Monster Energy. Unleash the beast. Grab yours today. Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning, I'm Mark the Shark. The Ohio High School football playoffs begin tonight. Some of the matchups in Division I, Dublin-Kaufman at Westland, Marysville at Hilliard-Davidson, 8-2 Olentangy at 8-2 Olentangy Orange. Newark at Upper Arlington, Grove City at Olentangy Berlin, and Westerville North at Pickerington North. The Winnipeg Jets have 2 more wins than the next best team in the NHL. They are 9-1, and their 18 points are a league high. Tonight, the Jets make their only visit to Nationwide Arena. Face-off is 7 o'clock here on The Fan. In the NFL's Thursday night game, the Jets outscored the Texans 14-3 in the fourth quarter to pull out a 21-13 victory at the Meadowlands. Aaron Rodgers threw for 211 yards and 3 touchdowns, all in the second half, as the Jets improved to 3-6. Houston falls to 6-3. The Sports Center is sponsored by Valley Ford of Columbus. From F-150 to F-750, Valley Ford of Columbus is Ohio's commercial truck headquarters. Breaking sports news on The Fan.
Are you working? Because we barely are. It's Football Friday.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football and quiet quitting. The Fan. Heading to work? Keep listening to the guys at the office.
Stream the show at 971thefan.com or download the Fan app.
This is Morning Juice.
Hour 3 of the program for us on a Football Friday. Coming up here, 8:33. Tad a little bit later on. AJ Hawkey's going to join the program. Talk about his night last night as Halloween, going as a clown, all kinds of good stuff, and recalling some Penn State tales with AJ. So he's going to join us again around 8:33 a little bit later on here on this Friday.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Thursday night football was bad last night until it wasn't. I went to bed at halftime. Against 7-0 Texans. Jets defense was playing all right. CJ had a miscue in the red zone, dropping a ball, fumbling a ball, giving the Jets possession. Texans defense was hounding Aaron Rodgers. I woke up this morning, Looked at my phone, checked the score. Like, 21-13. I should probably watch those highlights. And then the highlight of all highlight, Garrett Wilson, that would be his first touchdown catch that he had, kind of zipping through the Texans defense, one-handed, making some nice moves in there. And then I got to Garrett's second touchdown catch.
First one was great. Second one, even better.
Maybe the catch of the year in the NFL. I mean, he didn't get 2 feet down in bounds.
Got a knee, which counts as 2.
Yeah, he got his left foot down, and then he dragged his left shin as well. So it was a pretty remarkable touchdown catch that he had. And that CJ throw that you just saw was right after the Garrett touchdown catch. So, it was for 4 minutes in real time and 30 seconds in game time, it was just straight up Ohio State show.
I mean, CJ was really good. He was getting hounded, did a good job escaping the pocket.
Pressured on 48% of his dropbacks.
Yeah, scrambled, did a good job running. For the people that said he can't run, I mean, did a good job escaping the pocket, had good pocket presence. He missed some throws here and there, but he did a pretty good job. And considering he was missing both Stephon Diggs and Nico Collins, he had a pretty good night.
Yeah, it was all right for him. Not his best. What did he say? That we were embarrassing, I think. So they have lost 2 out of the last 3.
He has a high standard for himself.
He does have a high standard for himself, man. You can't blame him about that. So Jets do win that game 21-13. And they've got 3 wins on the year. Texans sitting at 6-3. Jackets at home tonight against the Jets at 7 o'clock. 6:30 coverage will begin for us here on the Fan. And then nice little midday, late afternoon, early evening affair for them. They're on the back-to-back tomorrow. They're in Washington to take on the Capitals. That's a 5 o'clock start for them. So we will not be airing that game. We're going to still be in Buckeye football coverage mode at that point. So first back-to-back for the Jackets coming up here this season. Of course, Ohio State coverage for us tomorrow. Begins at 6:30 a.m. with the pregame show. Goes 10:30 will be the kick-in live to State College for the network coverage. Timmy and I will be on until about 5:30, and then I think we'll take you to some football game on Saturday night is what our plan is tomorrow evening. Browns at home against the Chargers, 1 o'clock on Sunday, 11 a.m. coverage for us here on the Fan. Bengals home against the Raiders at 1 o'clock, and then the Crew at Red Bull Sunday, 4:30. So it's nice. You get your 1 o'clock NFL window in, and then you can hop right over to the Crew at 4:30. Literally a must-win game for them, because if they don't win,
they're done.
They're eliminated.
It's over.
They're eliminated from the playoffs. So they had their 1 loss. They burned their 1 loss. If you want to retain the cup, if you want to win it again, you cannot lose another game.
But they did get the Trillium Cup, so they've won.
They did get the Trillium Cup.
They won the most important cup.
We already got that done. We got Leagues Cup. We won that trophy.
La Ligas?
Yeah, we won La Ligas Cup, which was super exciting. But yeah, so they can't afford to lose that game, or else they literally get eliminated from the playoffs. So that's Sunday at 4:30. What are you most looking forward to this weekend outside of the Buckeye Penn State game?
I don't know.
Your brain exam?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Love cognitive exams, so I've got that teed up. Getting dressed up, a little Halloween party this weekend, Beam, so that'll be fun. I'm going to go to Canton on Sunday, I think, for my son's lacrosse tournament, so I got that going. I'm curious to see some of these other games, like that Pitt SMU game on Saturday night. I had to check to make sure YouTube TV carried ACC Network.
I believe they do.
They do. That is factually accurate. So I was excited. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to watch this and kind of gauge how good these two teams are.
I'm kind of interested to watch.
A lot of my weekend, I'm telling you, is going to be determined by how the noon to 3:30 window goes.
Yeah, I know. I'm with you on that.
I mean, there's a chance that I might be out, like, trying to shoot squirrels with a BB gun and, flog rabbits in my yard.
Bobby.
What are you talking about? They're a nemesis. I mean, it'll do me good to rid the world of some of these little infestations. Yeah, all they do is eat my flowers, strawberries, everything else. I don't need those guys out there.
Yeah, our rose bushes just got decimated this year by deer.
Yeah.
Just smoked this year.
You know what you need to do? Get Billy out there and throw rocks at him.
He was throwing gnomes last night again. That was cool.
Was he? I mean, I thought, is he not a friend of the gnome?
He likes the gnome. He just likes to throw things a little bit more than he likes the gnome right now. We're in a big throwing phase.
Gnome, and then he just throws it?
Hey, gnome. Right across the room.
Well, he's exploring.
Yeah.
Testing his physical boundaries.
Yep.
That's key.
Yeah, we got that to look forward to, which is good. Hopefully that stage gets done. But yeah, he had a great time at Trick or Treat last night. Weather was pretty good. It was warm. We had some gusts. It was sprinkling for a little bit. We had a bonfire with our neighbors.
Did he understand, like, when he went someplace and they put candy out, did he grab it? No.
Yeah, so we are like neighbors across the street.
I'm sure a couple people close.
And then a couple of our neighbors who we share the driveway with, like, we were having a bonfire. So I went outside before that and gave them some of those applesauce pouches that I was telling you about.
So you didn't get any of the good stuff, man.
That's what he got for the first 3 houses. Then we came back and we ate some of the pouches, and then we went down the street for a half a block and did real trick or treating with candy because Meredith said, "Mama needs some candy." So we went and got some candy for her.
Okay.
Yeah, we got some.
But he didn't get a chance to eat any of it.
He had one
Snickers bar.
He had
one Skittle.
He had a Kit Kat. Well, I think the Skittle is a choking hazard. But we had a Kit Kat.
He'll suck on that thing. He'll figure it out.
We had a Kit Kat last night, and he loved it. Loved the Kit Kat.
That's good. I'm sure he did.
Yeah, a little wafer cracker covered in chocolate. I'm interested to watch this Kentucky-Tennessee game. I don't. For some reason, I think that might be
Tennessee
weird.
Could lose.
I think it's at home. It's in Neyland, so I do think Tennessee's going to win, but.
Kentucky went into Ole Miss and beat them in Oxford.
It can get sticky. I think that's a sticky situation that Tennessee might be in tomorrow.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to watching Oregon and Michigan at 3:30. Indiana with Curtis Rourke back. That's going to be a Peacock extravaganza, though. So
there we go.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to get myself over to that.
Gotta stroke it.
Clemson, are they the real deal? Home against Louisville. I mean, it's an okay college football slate, but you're right. I mean,
by some entertaining games.
By 4:00 tomorrow, we'll determine how the rest of my weekend's going to go.
It's sad that I said that, but that's really where I feel I feel pretty good about it. Just whatever. You got that Tim Walton fired up, Sharky. You know what? This had me feeling better. And there's just certain things being around, seeing the guys and everything. Tim Walton does Thoughtful Thursdays, and this one was a nice little story that you like to hear, and hopefully reminders to some of the young guys out here.
Tell you a story. It's called "That's Not My Job." This is a story about 4 people. Name everybody, somebody, anybody, and nobody. There was an important job to be done, and everybody was sure somebody would do it. Anybody could have done it, but nobody did it. Somebody got angry because it was everybody's job. Everybody thought anybody could do it, but nobody realized that everybody wouldn't do it. It ended up everybody blamed somebody when nobody did what anybody could have done. Okay. What I'm saying is everybody's job to make sure the job gets done. It's everybody's job to make sure the job gets done. Everybody got their role. It's going to be an all-star in our role. Everybody good? Right. We know we're going to make it happen. We know we're going to make it happen. Ready? All right.
Buckeyes. Tim getting them fired up. And I was talking to some of my friends last night, afterward. You get together a little bit and after trick or treat and have a couple beverages, see what's up, talk a little bit. And it was awesome because one of my friend and his son, they're driving to school and they loved the hard work, do hard things stuff yesterday.
Yeah, for
with,
the Duke women's coach.
The Duke women's coach,
yeah.
and then third leg Greg from the 7th floor club. Mm-hmm. He's like, it's great. He's like, I'm so glad my kids got to hear that. It's like the problem is that no one tells these kids the truth anymore. It's supposed to be easy. We just want to wrap them up in a big styrofoam ball and protect them from everything.
Yeah, like the kid from the Little Giants.
Yeah, no, you got to get out there and do hard things, Beam. Going to Penn State's going to be a hard thing. But you know what? The hardest stuff in the world, when you get it done and you achieve it, that's the stuff that is the most gratifying and rewarding. Like, what do you say?
Cleaning your gutters.
It is. Well, cleaning your gutters. And then I ran into some other friends while trick-or-treating, and we were talking to his dad about cleaning out gutters. And he actually had a roofing company for a long time, and he's telling stories how he'd fallen off roofs multiple times. Mm-hmm. He was like, I was doing one working out at ODOT on one of the domed roofs. He's like, I rolled off that, fell about 20 feet to the ground. He goes, it was amazing as I looked over.
Like working on like a salt dome?
Yeah.
What is he working on?
I'd fallen. He goes, I fell about 3 feet away from a blade of a snowplow.
Oh, my God.
That would have been great. Before you died, you could have looked at your legs and seen what the inside of you looked like as you got cut in half. So that would have been tremendous. What a great, and they could have maybe got a half price on a coffin. They could have stacked it top to bottom and just set you in there. He's like, yeah, and I don't really think. He's like, hire someone to blame.
So have someone get up on your roof.
I do it all. I told him, I was like, listen, man, my dad was the same thing. I was telling the story when he was painting and on the scaffold with a ladder on top. I watched the brake kick, scaffold slides out, ladder falls off the house. He's about 30 feet in the air, lands like wide base. I'm like watching it fall above me. Yeah, it was amazing. Paint goes flying. It was like watching The Matrix, like the slow motion paint. The radio boombox gets paint all over it. The ladder goes down.
The time warp speed.
Oh, it was amazing. And the ladder goes into the bay window in front of the house. Doesn't crack the second painted glass, only the first. And my dad lands like wide base feet on my grandma's patio carpet, like little area. And he always used to tell us in football, he's like, have a wide base and bend your knees. And he's like, that's why you have a wide base and bend your knees. And I'm like, I thought you were going to die. I was probably like 12 or 13
Yeah, with a skinny base, I would have.
He's 100% falling in there. And then he's like, let's clean this glass up and don't tell your mom. I'm like, of course not.
Bend your knees and hydrate.
That's really it. Schlegs has been on it for years. My dad told me that when I was like 12.
I'd have to imagine that both Will Howard and Drew Aller will have some extra juice for tomorrow's game. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Happy Friday. Right now, no crashes on the map to tell you about. Things picking up on 161 out in New Albany and on 33 on the southeast side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
A vote for Sherrod Brown is a vote against Donald Trump. Sherrod Brown has spent 31 years in Washington, D.C., backing radical liberal policies.
Late-term partial birth abortion, where the baby is partially delivered alive. Trans biological men in girls' sports and bathrooms. Puberty blockers and even sex change surgery for children. Amnesty for 11 million illegal immigrants.
Brown's liberal policies are the opposite of the Trump agenda, and Brown would oppose Trump at every turn. To undo the damage of the last 4 years, President Trump and Ohio need Republican Bernie Moreno in the Senate. 6 more years of Sherrod Brown? He's for they, them, not you. Sherrod Brown has let us down. He's way too liberal for Ohio.
Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Visit shelterinsurance.com to find an agent to help you pick a policy that's right for you. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Busy schedule? This is Ryan Krieger, and Krieger Ford has you covered. Krieger Ford offers pickup and delivery, or our mobile service van will come right to you. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today only at KriegerFord.com.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Most radio stations suck. Here's why. They don't invest in local programming. We're live and local 14 hours a day. You can rest assured that every stupid thing we say is 100% local. Homegrown, dumb since day one. The Fan.
Martha was ready to switch to a career in IT.
There's always a need for IT specialists, especially with AI coming out and cybersecurity. It's practically recession-proof.
My Computer Career even provides job placement help.
The career specialists, they're very helpful. They care about you as a person. You're not just a number to them. I would recommend My Computer Career wholeheartedly to anyone.
Take the free career evaluation today. Become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
Welcome to Reverse Aesthetics. Our medical weight loss program includes popular medications like semaglutide and tirzepatide, both of which are supercharged by our body sculpting treatments. For only $2.99 per month, under the supervision of our board-certified medical doctor, Reverse Aesthetics can help you achieve your weight loss goals while tracking progress quarterly. We have plenty of inventory and can begin treatment within 48 hours of your consult. Schedule now at reverse-aesthetics.com or call us at 614-656-4000.
Democrats will do anything to win. Changing the rules, mail-in ballots, cheating, and even opening our borders, all to win at any cost. Now they have a new scheme, Issue 1. Issue 1 would create a redistricting commission aimed at overturning key protections against gerrymandering in Ohio. Protections approved by over 70% of Ohio voters to prevent this exact kind of political manipulation of voting districts. And the members of this mysterious commission are backed by foreign special interest groups. They're unelected, unaccountable, and completely beyond voter control. If they abuse their power, there's no way to vote them out or hold them responsible. Their only purpose is to take control of Ohio's politics and turn the state from red to blue. This isn't democracy, it's deception. Don't let the Dems continue to rewrite the rules to rig the system in their favor. Protect Ohio's voice. Vote no on Issue 1. Paid for by Ohio Works.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
The weekend is almost here, and today will be a beauty of a day. 60 for the high temperature, looking at plenty of sunshine. 62 on your Saturday with plenty of sunshine. Showers return on Sunday with a high at 66. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Keep on swiping that card, baby. Keep on swiping that card. Charge it to winning. This is Morning Juice.
Hey, you can join us November 12th for the Make a Difference Gala at High Bank Distillery over in Grandview. It's bourbon, food, and fun. You got Brady Quinn going to be there, Bobby Carpenter. That's you. Jake Ballard, Dane Sanzenbacher, Bo Bishop. Literally, it's a night full of stars. The gala benefits, I just said gala. The gala.
Oh, well, for people that go to both.
Yeah, the gala.
Make sure you let them know.
Gala benefits the Third and Goal Foundation, making a difference in the lives of veterans. Excuse me. Get your tickets today at 971thefan.com. Must be 21 or older. Please drink responsibly.
It's kind of bullcrap. I told Scott, I go, I'm only coming if I'm the headliner. So
you're second in line. I mean, you're second in line there, right behind Brady Quinn.
Get BQ out of there. Get BQ
his foundation.
I don't care.
Hey, it's bourbon, food, and fun with Bobby Carpenter, Brady Quinn, Jake Ballard. Headline an event, man. Gotta love it. I've been feeling all right about this Ohio State game coming up here tomorrow at noon. Been feeling okay.
It's always the evolution of going back and forth, and
I won't be okay tomorrow at noon. Like I will get myself worked up into a frenzy.
That's good. Just you know what you need to do is tell Billy you need to get beers and put gnomes on the cans. Be like, go get me a cold gnome.
Go get me a gnome out of the refrigerator.
Billy. Yeah, cold
gnome. You need to teach Theo that trick.
I don't know if Theo can can Billy open the refrigerator door?
Not quite yet. He can close it, but he can't open it.
So we had an ice maker. The one thing, do you guys have an external water thing on your fridge?
No.
You're lucky.
No, we don't.
And I remember like you go to people's houses and they have a lock feature on them. Like, why would you ever need to lock this? Then you have a kid.
I had the same thoughts.
Then you have a kid. And then they realize that's just
why doesn't my refrigerator have a lock on it?
Well, on the water because they can hand it, and then it's just like waterfall on me, and that's fun to them. They're just like up there smoking. If I come back, my kids.
We were playing with a straw yesterday at happy hour.
If I push this down, ice comes out of here. Oh, this is fantastic. Does Theo like ice?
Oh, he loves it.
That's what I'm saying. So they'll be in cahoots over there, like, and he'll love it. Billy will be pressing, and the ice will just fall out, and Theo will be chasing around.
We don't have an ice maker. Well, we do have an ice maker in the freezer, but we don't have the external ice water combo.
That's honestly for you. That's a win for kids. And we had like a little in our basement in our old house when the kids were young. We had a little mini ice maker down, like built under the bar. And we never opened it in front of the kids because they didn't know what was on the other side.
Water.
And, well, they didn't know. They didn't know anything. Like, it was just there. You know, and if you don't open it, they don't know. They're not looking at that. And then I remember RJ was probably 4, maybe 5, and he was like, what? It was like refilling. And it was like a spot between a commercial where it's like quiet. And he's like, what's that water sound over there? I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, there's a water sound right there. I'm like,
no, there's not.
No, there's not. He's like, no, water.
Nope.
It's like, nope. And he went over and opened. He's like, oh, there's ice in here. I'm like,
darn it. The ruse is up.
We had a good thing going. It's like, now we got to lock this because we come downstairs and there'll just be ice all over the floor. You know, it's like we had the LVT, like just slide around. I mean, And slip and slide in the house.
Yeah, we can't keep Theo's water bowl on the ground anymore, so he's like the most dehydrated dog in America.
Does Billy go play in it?
Oh yeah, it can't be full. We always put it up. We put it up on the kitchen table because we can't keep it on the ground because he just goes and he plays in it and then he just
dumps it over,
flips it over.
Yeah.
That's great. It's a great time.
Poor Theo.
I know. He gets to eat. He gets to drink water before he gets up in the morning. He gets to drink water when Willie's down for nap time, and then when he goes to bed. That's the only, or when we leave and go somewhere with Billy. That's the only times that Theo has like water access now.
That's poor dog.
I know. I feel so bad.
Living in the desert.
Yeah, but he gets enough of his food on the return on the investment,
I get it.
It's fine.
I get it. But that's real. Those are things like you would never would have thought of in a million years. You're like,
or a hard edge of a fireplace. I wouldn't think of that.
Yeah, I had younger brothers, so we were always putting that stuff up and around. You know what you do if you get the water? If you get those water noodles, you can cut them in half, like slice them and then kind of stick them on there.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so he doesn't go and just blast his skull.
Yeah, we've got some now like rubber strips around the fireplace.
Yeah, there you go.
We feel all right about. Look at these two quarterbacks. It's a tale of two different kids,
Speaking
right?
of bubble wrap.
Will Howard, Drew Aller, we'll see, or Alar, however you pronounce it.
It's Aller.
As Shark was trolling me in our last break. Look at that, an Ohio kid,
is it
right?
Aller?
An Ohio kid goes off to Penn State, and then Will Howard from right down the road in State College grew up a Penn State fan. Drew Aller growing up a Buckeye fan. I know that Drew Aller's obviously had experience in this game before, but this is Will Howard's first test in this environment, and he really leaned into it here this week.
This will be his first and only.
Yeah,
and he's excited about it. He's like, and it's people are like, these guys should be fired up all the time. Like, I get it, but there are things in life that are more personal, and it's no different than if you you have a split from a boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever. Like, you're going to see them out. Like, people want to look good. They want to know that like somebody missed out on you. Mm-hmm. And it's the same thing with sports. Like, someone else missed out on you. Like, you
weren't interested in me. Now watch this.
Yes. Like, and I wasn't good enough. I had to go out to Kansas State, and I even asked. I was like, did you ask Ryan why he didn't recruit you the first time? And he kind of laughed. He's like, we had that conversation. Mm-hmm. But he's like, growing up in Pennsylvania, wanting to play there, like, this is his lone opportunity. And going to Kansas State, he probably never thought he would have it.
Right.
And so now he is going into the Hornets' Nest in Beaver Stadium, a place that he always probably dreamed of wearing the navy and white and running around. And he gets to go in there with the Ohio State Buckeyes, the world-famous Ohio State Buckeyes, and have a chance to win a game.
How great is that?
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is what sports are made for. Like, this is what drives you. This is the thing that gets you going. And I'm sure Drew Aller has the same thing on the other side.
Yeah, I was looking at an article last year. He talked about, I grew up an Ohio State fan. I went to Ohio Stadium. It's going to be a great environment. I mean, that was the same situation that he was faced with last year.
Yeah. And, there's a chance that he may have ended up here had it wouldn't have been for, like, the Quinn Ewers situation.
Yeah.
Because he and Quinn, I think, are in the same class.
Yeah, they're both third years.
They offer Quinn. Quinn decides to commit here. Then Quinn reclassifies. Well, after that, he had already committed to Penn State, and like then, he couldn't really double back on it. And I get it. It's like that's just how the world works. And so, listen, I wish Drew Aller the best every time he's not playing Ohio State. Like, go be great, kid. You're an Ohio guy. It's phenomenal. I think he's from Medina, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
And but they need to pressure him. Like, I would rather see him. Was than Padilla.
Prabula.
Him than Prabula, because Aller doesn't really run. Like, he stays in the pocket.
He can run, but he doesn't do it.
But he doesn't run. I don't know if that's by design, if they tell him not to, because he's a better athlete.
He's a big dude.
Yeah. He's a better athlete than what people ultimately think, and he can move. He kind of reminds me of Josh Allen. Like, he's not like the most fluid runner, but he's effective. Mm-hmm. Like, he looks kind of clunky, but he can gobble up yards because he's got a long stride and he's tall. We'll see how much running he does, but he hasn't really ran a lot this year. And if he's got the ankle, I can't imagine a lot. But if he can go at all, he is going to be out there. And I anticipate him playing.
AJ Hawk, he's going to join the program. We'll recap his trips from Happy Valley with him next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan Traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and happy Friday. Right now, no crashes to tell you about, but getting busy on 161, out in New Albany, and on 33 in Plain City. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Attention, small business or sole proprietors. Do you want to save money on health care for your business? Be able to cover your employees with the best dental, doctors, and hospitals? Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter for the SACA Benefit Plan. Nearly 100,000 members strong in the state of Ohio. The SACA Benefit Plan is administered by Anthem and could be right for you. Small businesses, visit 844medohio.com. That's medohio.com. The SACA Benefit Plan could be right for you. Visit 844medohio.com.
Gambling too much or just can't seem to cut your losses? I'm Abdullah Mahmood, pub and gambling counselor at Maryhaven. Whether it's you or someone you love, we're here to help you control gambling before it controls you. With in-person, virtual, and group options, Maryhaven is here for you no matter what. And that's a bet you can actually count on this football season. Confidential and judgment-free, go to maryhaven.com today. That's maryhaven.com.
Get out there and have some fun in a new Toyota truck. Now through November 4th, get 1.9 APR financing or $2,000 customer cash on a new 24 Tundra. Excludes TRD Pro. Or lease a Tacoma SR Double Cab for $319 a month for 36 months with $32.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Nobody builds better trucks than Toyota. Let's go places.
So I asked the local Pella Columbus team, we're doing these ads for you. What should I tell the people? Hey, it's Bobby, and I expected them to talk about how awesome the Pella windows are and quality and looks and all that. But their first response was actually, we just want people to know how buttoned up we are. The windows, they sell themselves. But we want people to know there's a local Pella Columbus team here in town that's all in on making the process as perfect as the windows. And if you Google Pella Columbus, you'll see the reviews that prove all of it. So now you know Pella Columbus.
Join our resident gambling degenerates Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas for On the Money Sunday morning at 9.
Presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
All the action, none of the responsibility. The Fan.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Right now in the meat department, you can save big on bone-in pork back ribs. They're on sale for just $3.49 a pound with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
We've seen it before. Politicians and lobbyists playing games, drawing voting maps to keep power in their hands, not ours. Courts have ruled Ohio's voting districts unconstitutional 7 times, while our communities have been left out again and again. But this November, you have a chance to change that with Issue 1. Issue 1 will make it illegal for politicians to manipulate voting districts for themselves or their own party. Instead, it creates an open, transparent process where a diverse group of citizens, not politicians, will draw the lines. No more backroom deals, no more gerrymandering, just fairer maps that represent our communities. Issue 1 gives you and me the power to ensure everyone's vote counts. This is about real change, a chance to end the games and make our voices heard. So vote yes on Issue 1, fair representation, and power to the people. Paid for by citizens, not politicians.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
What's the going rate for a good babysitter? Also, Shark needs a raise. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Every Friday night, FanDuel is giving all customers a bigger payout on NBA first bets. And we're not talking about minus 108 to get you minus 110 beam. We're talking about first bets that let you get in on the action from the opening tip. You can bet on things like who will score the first basket, who will be the first to 15 points. LeBron score his first basket. How about that? Best of all, you don't have to wait the whole game to see if you won. It gives you the best thing you want in life, that instant gratification. Why watch the whole game? Find out if you won 5 minutes in. Now we can make other bets to catch up in case you lost.
Hey, Cavs, they got the Magic tonight, Sharky. I like them, first to 15. Just look for Friday First in the FanDuel app to find your profit boost. Visit FanDuel.com/juice to claim your Friday First profit boost. Make every moment more with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Must be 21 and older. Present in Ohio. Opt-in required. Max wager amount applies. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including expiration. See terms for both offers at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
A man with many career achievements. Leading tackler in Centerville football history. Leading tackler in Green Bay Packers history. Still afraid of Larry Knopfsinger. And the crowning achievement, the third member of the Island Boys, A.J. Hawk.
Sponsored by FanDuel, the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice.
And announce the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Every football Friday at this time, we check in with A.J. Hawk. Age, thanks so much for the time. Always appreciate it. Tip to finish, how long did it take you to put on your clown makeup yesterday?
Oh, boy. It took me a little while, longer than expected. I had to do a full base coat of white clown makeup, and that took a little while to actually dry. So, the stuff running together, trying to jump the gun and start to do other stuff before the old stuff dried, that really took me by surprise a little bit. It was a little more involved than I expected.
I mean, it looked good. I mean, they had the compilation. Beam was looking at it online of some of your greatest Halloween costumes on there. I mean, is there one that you're most proud of?
It's kind of like my most recent. So I guess what I did yesterday, it was probably the most detail I had to have, and the most. I had to actually pay attention the most and try to make things actually work. So probably yesterday, but you never know. Hopefully there's many, many more Halloweens to go.
Is that because you don't remember the ones from before?
Oh, no, I remember all of them. Are you saying is that a head injury joke, or is that for whatever reason? I know I was Edward Scissorhands last year. I enjoyed that one. Trying to wear his scissor hands for 3 straight hours was kind of tough, but, I enjoyed that
taking
for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, I was asking that age. I've got my NFL concussion screening today right after this. So, I'm going to try to channel my inner you and tell them, no concussions, sharp as a tack, ready to go. Like, my best years are in front of me, as opposed to the all-pudding squad at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, boy. Yeah, man, good luck with that. I mean, are you going to try to cheat somehow? Like, is there any way to get around it? Like, when I was taking the hearing test as a little kid, where they take you into the little trailer in the back, I put the headphones on, and I would try to see when the lady would press the button. I would raise my hand like I actually heard a beep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see if there's any way to try to beat
What if she was pump faking you, AJ? What if she was fake pressing that button?
Oh, no, she never expected a second grader to try to cheat on that thing, but I did every year.
That's pretty great. So you're telling me you may have hearing issues?
No, I don't. But the problem was I had a bunch of earaches when I was a young kid, and parents would tell me, like, they said, hey, the next time you have an earache, you're going to have to get tubes in your ears. And to me, that felt like a major surgery. So then I just never reported another earache in my life. So I never got tubes.
He is AJ Hawk with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. AJ, yesterday we got on the topic of Andy Katzenmoyer and rocking the visor, and then Bob one season having to rock the visor. And someone in the YouTube chat made sure to remind me to ask you why Bobby had to wear a visor for one of his years here at Ohio State.
The last 3.
Yeah, Bob had been an advisor for a while. Things happen sometimes.
You can tell the story, AJ. It's fine. Go ahead and tell it.
Oh, yeah. Well, Bob, Bob took I don't know if there was a weapon involved or whatever, but Bob got that orbital bone, orbital socket cracked pretty good. And one night in, I guess, the winter of our freshman year, pretty much, and Bob had to sit there at spring ball and watch spring ball with shades on the sidelines with no pads, nothing. That was part of my favorite part. I felt terrible about it, but honestly, Bob, how's your eye doing now? I know you had to look through that weird glass prism thing for a while and use some kind of crystals to try to recenter your eye. Are you 100% now?
Yeah, the crystal meth, I think, actually helps straighten it out a little bit. It's still to this day, when I do drink too much, it does get a little bit lazy more than the other. So, that's a function of it. But outside of that, I was able to, play the rest of the time at Ohio State, play the rest of the years, and then play in the NFL for a little bit. You missed the reason why. The impetus is our guy, Rocco Schleggs, who was out there trying to fight 17 dudes at one time. He let him out of his cage at Air Force. He came to Columbus, and there was bars within walking distance of the Woody, and he could get there at any point in time, so you knew he was going to be slugging down some brews.
Yeah, well, anytime you're sitting in a car and all of a sudden you look out and you see your buddy Schleggs out there rolling on the grass with 9 different people trying to right some wrongs, you got to get out there, and then that's the price we pay sometimes, I guess.
It was a pretty steep price, and I'm still impressed. Given your 40 speed at the combine, people talked about how you were a fast guy. I don't know how I beat you over to the fight that quickly to be first on the scene. Wow. And I don't know. I'm not sure what happened.
I had some footing issues, Bob. I should have worn my cleats. I think I fell getting out of the car, and then I think I fell again in what I thought was mud 10 feet in front of me. So I didn't piece it all together until the next morning when I look at my jeans, and it looked like I had just done a slip and slide that was just full of mud and water.
What would Knopf have said about you losing your balance in a critical situation like that?
Oh, he would have killed me. He would have hit me right in the back of the head with his clipboard, most likely.
Oh, man. Hey, how has Penn State been for you the couple of times that you went there? I know Bob has told the tale the first night out, but there's that thin piece of rope basically separating the gladiators from the spectators at that building.
Yeah, it is, and I would assume it's still very similar to what it was. But, man, that place, it's a tough place to play. It's an awesome place to play because it goes straight up, so the sound stays in. The fans, obviously, that's the biggest show in town in Happy Valley. You kind of drive in, and then all of a sudden, bam, you see, the stadium up there on the hill. It's pretty awesome. And man, I look forward. I hope they go in there at that noon game tomorrow and just feel. I think it's going to be we know it's kind of like a test of both teams, kind of see where they are, I guess. But man, how cool would it feel to go in there with just those guys that you come in with, just your teammates on the sidelines, your coaches, and the small amount of fans that come that they allow in from Ohio State. Just go in there and get a big victory. I think that would quiet people down. It would also just make people feel good about where we're going and the rest of this season.
Yeah, it's amazing. You look at how tumultuous this week was and everything else, and the complaint of the win, but it didn't feel like a win. You win this game, Age, and all of a sudden, all of those problems are just they evaporate.
Yeah, and at the end, how you win it as well could go a long way. But you gotta. I know I've said it on here before. You got to win in multiple different ways. If you want to be the national champ, you want to be the last team standing. It helps to be able to win multiple different ways and not just be front runners and not just be blowing everybody out. Yeah, you'd love to, but that helps build some character and kind of callous your team, I think, when you find ways to win in situations when maybe some teams, would find a way to lose. It's a skill to try to figure out how do you win and who are the people you can count on when the game truly matters.
When these two teams typically play, it's obviously a very close competition. To you, where does Ohio State win and or lose this game tomorrow?
Man, I hope the D-line, the front seven, I hope they keep getting pressure, getting TFLs, and find a way to force that into some turnovers from the back end as well. I feel like the offense, I feel good about them. I hope we can find a way to establish a run game early. But man, I think that D-line, hopefully our D-line can tee off, get some sacks, pressures, and make that, like, force turnovers and steal some possessions and possibly score on defense.
Where's FAC today, buddy? Ooh.
It's a good question. It's been so nice. I tell you what, I love, like, the trick-or-treat weather. Like, I would have liked it to be a little bit colder, but I like it's like spooky, windy, and everything like a movie set last night, so I appreciated that. But we'll see. I might have to have Chopper. Chopper should probably host one of these times. He's always coming over to our place or Kelly's house or Brady or anybody, but maybe Chopper will host tonight.
He's like Cosmo Kramer, just popping up anywhere, AJ. How's that cayenne pepper and water tasting?
I mean, so I thought that was a thing, like an old diet trick my mom's friends used to do
Kelly
to try to lose 10
Kelly
pounds
Kapoor, too.
Yeah, exactly. Like, hey, we got spring break in 4 days. I'm going to just drink cayenne pepper and water and try to lose 20 pounds before I get to spring break. That's what I thought it used to be for. But you know what? Hey, it worked. I want to know since he's been talking about doing that. So it probably tastes horrendous. It all just depends how much cayenne pepper you put in, I guess.
Throw some tequila in there. Make it a spicy margarita. Buddy, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us here this morning. Have a great weekend, and we'll check in again next Friday, all right?
All right, appreciate it, guys. See ya.
There he goes. AJ Hawk with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. 3 keys to a Buckeye victory next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. Right now we are still watching lane closures on I-70 eastbound on the far east side. We've got some lane closures just past State Route 204 as crews work to clear up a crash. Also on I-71 southbound just past Frank Road, the 2 left lanes blocked off as crews work to clear up an incident. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Trust and Will knows that we'll all eventually need a will. How about right now? Trust and Will makes creating your will easy, like while you're lounging on the couch easy. Trust and Will is designed by attorneys but customized by you, and all documents are state-specific and secure. Find your plan at trustandwill.com and use offer code Columbus now for 10% off. That's trustandwill.com, offer code Columbus. Trust and Will is an online service providing legal forms and information. It is not a law firm and is not a substitute for the advice of an attorney.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived. The only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com, and use promo code JUSTSPORTS to get a welcome bonus up to $100. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 or older and present in Ohio. If you or anyone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Nothing makes being outdoors better than having the right gear and the right crew. So here's an idea. Let Mountain Dew supply the gear and you bring the friends. Because when you buy specially marked multi-packs of Mountain Dew, you can collect points and earn epic limited edition outdoor gear. We're talking everything from custom Mountain Dew camp chairs and backpack coolers to exclusive Mountain Dew tents, fishing boats, and more. So buy Dew, collect points, get gear, and get outside with Mountain Dew outdoor gear.
Open to legal U.S. residents 18+, subject to program terms at dewoutdoors.com and 12/31/24, void or prohibited.
If you're looking for an Affordable Care Act health insurance plan, you have good timing. It's the open enrollment period, and there's an easy way to search, Health Markets. At healthmarkets.com, you can see a list of ACA plans available to you in your area. If you have questions, or when you're ready to choose a plan, there are licensed insurance agents ready to help you apply. See how easy it can be to find your next health insurance plan at healthmarkets.com. Health Markets Insurance Agency, Inc. is licensed as an insurance agency nationwide except in Massachusetts.
Football season is here, and we have so much stuff. One station isn't enough. Find even more Pigskin on ESPN Columbus.
Set your second preset to AM 1460 or 97.1 FM HD2, or listen on the Fan app.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Why choose the Hinderer Motor Company? We don't just sell vehicles, we build relationships. This is Justin Hinderer. With 4 top-tier dealerships and a state-of-the-art collision center, we're here for you every step of the way. From our exclusive convenience service that handles everything from pickup to delivery to our 24/7 towing and roadside assistance, we make your life easier. And every vehicle purchase comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty because we believe in what we sell. Experience the difference and visit HindererMotorCompany.com. We love what moves you.
Attention football fans, the season's heating up, and that means it's time for jaw-dropping plays, spectacular touchdowns, and memories that'll last a lifetime. So if you're looking to grab the best seats for all the excitement, Vivid Seats is your go-to playmaker. With an incredible selection of tickets and a game-changing rewards program, Vivid Seats is your ticket to every thrilling moment. Don't miss out. Experience it live with Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
At the Home Depot, we know you can't control everything, like when your guests arrive too early for Saturday college football. But you can control your grill. With the Traeger Timberline XL, you can watch the game, not the grill. Monitor your football feast from anywhere using the Traeger app. With the Timberline XL, you can bake, smoke, sear, fry, and saute. That's Desmond Howard level versatility.
Huddle up, the food's done.
Defend your game time with Traeger and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Temperatures are in the 40s. I think we do make it to 60 today, but we have a lot of sunshine out there. A beautiful day to check out that fall foliage as we are near peak. Sunny tomorrow with a high at 62. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 weather impact forecasts on 97.1 The Fan.
Saturday is game day on The Fan.
Sponsored by Riker Chevy.
Every game, every season, you're home of the Buckeyes. The Fan. In high school, Bobby was a district swimming finalist. Also, Beamer still wears floaties. This is Morning Juice.
Well, here on the Juice, brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can always visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com. Uncle Bo and the boys, they're going to be up after we're done. Coming up for them, of course, it is a Friday. Timmy May is going to join them at 10:33, and Doug LeMaurice is going to join them at 11:33. Before we get to our 3 keys for a Buckeye victory, let's take a listen to this.
Long live the brotherhood right here, man. But there's a difference between good and great. And every guy on this and the sound of my voice got to understand that good is not good enough anymore. We have to be great in every game we play. So grit is not about your talent. It isn't. It's about your effort. You've got to tell yourself that. If you're going to be average today, go somewhere else. If you're going to be good somewhere, go somewhere else. If you're chasing greatness, it's got to look like that.
Winshawn Judkins. Jeremiah, touchdown.
It's perseverance, being tough in the hot moment. That's what we have to have. We got to be resilient. For 60 minutes! I need those for 60 minutes! Play for the love of your brother! This is for the love of their brother!
Got a man! Touchdown! Cornell Tate! Ohio State's defense denies!
We're going to win this game because of our toughness! We're going to win this game because of our brotherhood!
It's pretty good as we head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Check with our great friend. He was just in the studio right here, but now he's on his way to the hospital. He is Bobby Carpenter. Bob, how'd you like that little hype video?
It was good. It got me so excited, Beam. I almost drove off the road. I know we joke about it, but now I got to actually experience the visceral response.
Oh, it was so good. It was so good. 3 keys to a Buckeye victory. We know the stakes, right? It's number 3. It's number 4 in the country. It's Penn State. It's Ohio State's high noon tomorrow over there at Beaver Stadium, the Viper Pit. Its place is going to be electrifying, Bob. I know it's not the same as it would be for a night out, but this is the game where you come to Ohio State to play in these kind of games.
It really is. My first thing, it's line of scrimmage both sides, and you want to be able to run the ball. I don't know if this is a game where you need to go out and say we got to run the ball for 150 yards. Like, you look how good Ohio State's receivers are, and I think last week you looked at Nebraska and how good they were up front. Penn State's really good up front. You've got to be able to make sure you have Will gets enough time. And if you rush it for 90 and a third of those yards are Will, a third of them are Trey, and a third are Q, and you do that and, you're averaging 4.5 yards a carry, that's great. And you can get some things going through the air, that's awesome. And then defensively, you do have to stop the run because it's Allen, it's Singleton. Those are the guys that drive that offense. You've got to make sure that you keep those guys on lockdown, and that's going to start up front. And it's the Ohio State box players, the linebackers, the D-line has got to control that.
First key to me for Buckeye victory, as it is in every big game, it's going to be turnovers and penalties. You lost that battle against Oregon. What happened? You went on the road. You lost that game 32-31. For me, always in this game, Bob, it's about controlling the controllables and not giving the football away and not committing dumb penalties. So for me, that's my first key to a victory. Got to be clean tomorrow against them.
The second piece for me is going to be some big plays. And so talking about being aggressive on defense, they gave up the scramble to Raiola. Penn State doesn't have elite receivers, but they can beat you if you give them the quarterback Aller enough time, or if you have coverage busts. So make sure you're clean. I think they simplified things. Guys can play fast. They can play physical, get some pressure, hopefully, and not give up any big plays on defense. You make them drive the field. I think you're fine. And then offensively, you've got to stretch the field a little bit. Will's coming back. He's going home. You've got the best player on the field in J.J. Smith. Emeka Egbuka's tremendous. Get those guys involved in the run game. Carnell Tate at 100 yards. This can be a game where you take some shots, and you can separate a little bit and then control the game and take care of it that way. So I want to see some of those big plays, some of those shots, because I think that will help change the narrative of this game.
Key, too, for me is kind of an extension of that, Bob. It's getting these wide receivers involved early and often. I'm not saying that you have to run for 150 yards tomorrow against a really good Penn State defense, but you got to get Emeka involved, you got to get Jeremiah Smith involved, and you have to get Carnell Tate involved. You give your ball to your weapons out there on the outside, and I think this Penn State defense, it's going to be a tough day for them if they do that.
And the last piece for me, it comes down to the leadership. And, like Schlags always says, leadership knows no age, it knows no bounds. You can be anything. You don't have to be, you don't have to be a senior to be a leader. I mean, that helps. But the seniors that are there, you've got to lead them, whether that's Will Howard and Seth McLaughlin who just transferred in, and maybe even Caleb Downs who just transferred in, whether that's, Sonny Styles on defense, but Cody Simon, Jack Sawyer, you got to step up. Heavy as the yoke. And when you're voted the captain and you're a leader, you've got to make sure that everybody else is flying high, they're feeling good, and there is a high GSF, and everybody is locked in during this time on the road. I think being on the road helps, but it's going to come down to that leadership element and being able to make sure that everyone's locked in and focused.
Yeah, I can't be scared to be great. Third key for me is all about the lines. You talked about it in your first. I'll talk about it in my third, trench warfare. I know it's going to be a different looking Ohio State offensive line, but you got to get time for Will Howard back there if he's going to sling the football around. And I'm not asking you to run the ball for 150 yards, but it has to be much better than what we saw last week. Defensive line has always been very good against Larry Johnson, right? He spent a lot of his career there, so same kind of effort I'm hoping to expect out of those guys tomorrow at noon. Bob, before you go in there, you got a final score prediction for me?
Yeah, I've kind of changed a little bit. It's grown. I honestly like 27-17. It was 24-17, but it's kind of grown a little bit on me.
All right, 27-17. That's your final one. I'm going to go a 28-17. I think you and I are kind of right lockstep in our thinking. Buddy, thanks so much for the time. I had so much fun with you this week. What do you say we reconvene on Monday, hopefully recapping a big Buckeye win, if you're good with that?
Yes, sir. We'll see you then.
All right, there he goes, Bob Carpenter, Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline, usually sitting next to me. He's on his way for his brain exam. Uncle Bo and the boys are up next. We are back live Monday morning at 6 a.m. to break everything down, good, bad, or indifferent. Have a fantastic weekend. We'll talk to you on Monday. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and happy Friday to you. Still watching crews clear up an issue on the far east side. On I-70 eastbound, just past State Route 204. Expect some lane closures over there. And on 71 southbound, just past Frank Road, we do have some debris on the roadway. Crews are working to clear that up right now. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
is a Fan Action Update.
Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use the promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100. Big weekend in the Big Ten. Ohio State's a 3.5-point favorite over Penn State tomorrow. Michigan's a 14.5-point underdog to Oregon. And the Indiana Hoosiers are an 8-point road favorite at Michigan State. For your Prime Sports Action Update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
A vote for Sherrod Brown is a vote against Donald Trump. Sherrod Brown has spent 31 years in Washington, D.C., backing radical liberal policies.
Late-term partial birth abortion, where the baby is partially delivered alive. Trans biological men in girls' sports and bathrooms. Puberty blockers and even sex change surgery for children. Amnesty for 11 million illegal immigrants.
Brown's liberal policies are the opposite of the Trump agenda, and Brown would oppose Trump at every turn. To undo the damage of the last 4 years, President Trump and Ohio need Republican Bernie Moreno in the Senate. 6 more years of Sherrod Brown? He's for they, them, not you. Sherrod Brown has let us down. He's way too liberal for Ohio.
Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
Active military or veteran planning your next career move? Start at Columbus State Community College. Columbus State equips you with the skills to launch a high-tech career in Columbus's fastest growing fields, including cybersecurity, software development, and more. That's why employers fueling Central Ohio's tech boom hire our graduates. Plus, our veteran services team will help you maximize your benefits and connect to a supportive campus community. Take the first step. Apply at cscc.edu/IT.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here for my friends at Affinity Whole Health. Affinity is the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy, but they are also much more than that. They help men and women who are experiencing things like low energy, low libido, muscle loss, and weight gain. Turn it all around. You can feel amazing and live better, just like I can. It can be delivered right to your door, which is tremendous. Semaglutide for weight loss and testosterone and hormone replacement therapy for so much more. I've been a customer for years, and it works. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $200 in bonus bets when they bet $5. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets. And see why. It's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply.
Not sure how much you know about Progressive Insurance. You may know us for insuring your home and auto. You may know a couple of our commercials. But what you may not know is that since 2013, Progressive has been honoring veterans with vehicle donations through the annual Keys to Progress Veteran Vehicle Giveaway Program, giving back to those who gave so much. Now, you probably didn't wake up today saying, I really wish I knew more about Progressive Insurance, but this seemed like the type of thing people would mind hearing about. Find out more about how we're dedicated to our customers and communities at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football,